Okay, so when I went back to put all the videos and my pulls and video together, blah blah. Anyway, my mic was like making staticky noises every time I kind of was like reaching too high of talking and giggling and screaming. um I think it maybe was a loose cord. I'm not sure. Either that or my mic is broken from all the years of me screaming into it. But yeah, sorry about that. I apologize. Hopefully, my mic isn't broken because I'm broke right now because of this myth. Yeah, okay, anyway. I still hope you enjoy regardless. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm gonna try with these 12 and then I'm gonna go buy some shit. Because I'm afraid that my bank's gonna be like, why is there so many purchases at once for a merman? And I'm gonna be like, I don't know. Hey, recording, yay. Okay. What the fuck? Yay, bitch! What the fuck? Yes! Like, what the I was at 65! Now's not the time to cry, Raphael! No, legit! I need to take a picture. I don't want a sad picture. I want a really cute picture. Oh my god. The fuck yeah. First 10 pulls, by the way? That's crazy, bitch. Homemade fish tank? That's ironic. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's amazing. Okay. Bonk. I don't think so this time, honestly. No. Hey! What up? This music slaps, by the way. I don't know. No. I can barely hear the sound. All I hear is, oh! Did I do an accurate description of that, by the way? 7! Oh, I thought that said 7. Oh god, I'm seeing shit now. That's crazy. I can hear better now, but this isn't. Zane. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Going back in, yeah. Oh my god, 69. I don't think so. Nope. That smacks you. Take me all the way there, buddy. Turns me on. Huh? Who said that? I don't know. No. By the way, the single pulls are killing me. Ah! Here we go, baby! Hi, Zane. Hi, Zane. Hi, Zane. Hi, Silas. Hi, Xavier. Hi, Xavier. Caleb, you fucking bitch. Be a rank up. If it's heat wave, I swear to God. Okay. Fuck you, but honestly, if it's a rank up, I'll fucking live with it. Still, you're a bitch, though. Ah, R3, wow. Not a thing I want to R3, but you know what? I guess I'll take it. I'm gonna touch his nipple for good luck. And now I've been blessed. How funny would that have been if I actually got it? Well, I'm guaranteed a shit now, so I can just... Hopefully I can get 2 of them, but, you know. You're gonna bring me there, homie? I thought we had a connection. Oh, goodness. I'm gonna get the crate at this point. Wait for shizzles. Literally gets the crate. What is 5 plus 2? I might just use my diamonds. 7. You know, I said I wasn't gonna use my diamonds at all, but you know what, bitch? We make sacrifices in life sometimes, and it's a thing that has to happen. You know what I mean? So... It wasn't even it either, so that's even shittier. Oh boy. Please give me it. Thank you. You know, I think my R2 dreams are over. 'Cause, yeah, it's getting to where I ache. Give me my boy. Hey, what's up, sexy? Fucking hot bitch. I want a double so bad in the ass. I gotta get a cool picture, okay? Oh god, have you seen that glitch? I think I said it. Ooh! This music slaps so hard, I swear to god. Hot. Oh, I forgot it gave me the companion. I'm so jumpy. Get the shit out of me. Yay! Perfect Raph! Hey! Oh, damn, I just leveled up twice. Fuck me. I don't think this is gonna do it. No, it's gonna work. We'll be fine. Right here, right now. Nope. I lied. I got the crate. Hold your asses very tight right now. 2, 3, 4, 5. No fucking way! You get the fuck out! You lost it to the same card! That's disgusting. That's not real. Get out! What the fuck? That's not real. I literally might have to let go of my R2 dreams. I'm, like, actually serious. Bonk. Nope. I don't know. It's not. Sometimes I feel like it psychs you out with the noise, you know what I mean? Or am I just being delusional? It's 329? Call me Slice. I don't think so. God damn it. Rafayel, if you don't come home in this pool, I swear to God, I'm gonna... I don't think I should say what I was gonna do. Okay, it's here. So I'm just gonna skip it because it's Raphael. Which one? No. Yay! I have to wait now because I want the pretty picture. This is so, like, really, it's like the most beautiful thing I've seen in this game. I'm serious. This game is really pretty, but that scene is, like, really pretty. Just my opinion. I said, watch this lighting, bitch. Okay.
The sea gods were.
If I can, I just press
The
one
sea
button like
gods.
twice. 3 times. Oh my goodness. Okay, no, I need to. Oh god, I'm not even gonna pay attention to it. You know what? We're just gonna pull and fucking pray in the ass. How about that? That's all I can really do at this point. I need my diamonds, I don't care. I mean, I care, but... Why do you hate me? Like, you just want to watch me burn? That's not even it either. I'm wasting my diamonds on your ass. Let's... I'm so scared that it's not gonna be Raphael, and I just hate my life. Well, there's that Rafayel, but I don't need that one. Please be Rafayel. Please be his card. I'm begging you. I love you so much, marry me. Let's make out, like right here, right now. My gosh. Raphael, I'm busy pulling for your mermaid form, please. Okay, so I need to pull one of them one more time, because then I'm using the crate for something else. I think that's right? If I'm not mistaken. If I am not mistaken, that's how this shit works. I don't care which one it is, bitch. Yeah, because I have the crate, so I just need one of them one more time. Please give me soft pay, like, immediately. Well, fuck you, too. Anyway. Sorry. Laundry! Oh my god, that's a rank up! I'm busy. No. No. Damn, buddy. Please? Fuck you. Fine. The world hates me, like, honest to God. I'm just gonna skip it. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Gwen! Look at this shit! Okay. Alright, you little bitch. I wasted my diamonds for you that I was gonna save, you asshole. Yeah, and honest to God. Watch me buy the rest of these packs and then get 2 of them in one pull. No? You're fucking joking! What did I say? 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 You son of a fucking bitch! What did I say? No! I just... Oh my god, my money! At least I got it, but oh my... Did I not... I called it so hard. I hate when I do that shit. I hate when I do that shit. Give me 2 at least for my troubles. Fuck you. I might as well. Honestly, I get embroidered wishes here. I'm just gonna fucking use them, whatever. It's probably gonna bring me to fucking hard pity anyway. I mean, it would, honest to God, be cool if you would just give me it here. But you won't, because you're an asshole, so. Well. Rafayel. Wake up! R2, R2! Yay! It was loading. I don't want a crotch shot. That works. Give me my fish! That's an honest slay if you ask me. That really was funny. Yay! I are too! Yay! Distant bells ring out as sea and land return their ancient primal state to their ancient primal state. Honestly. I thought... My brain just broke, never mind. Ooh, damn, that was loud in my ear holes. The Galaxy, question mark, is about to devour the world. Humanity's last ark, the city of Bye, is on a solitary island. There shall be a lunar eclipse, and at the end of the third night, I think it's Romirro. Or Remo. I don't know. I'm just gonna call it Miro. How about that? Will be landed as it sinks below the ocean's wave. Didn't I say that they're gonna put like big words in? Did I dare? Did not say that? The Tome of the Sea God, which has foretold all worldly changes, announced the day in which humanity will be submerged during the first day.
The Sea God has abandoned us! He has abandoned everyone!
Yeah! He abandoned us! Yeah! He abandoned us! That's right!
Damn.
The Sea God is the one who will make the ocean devour Romirro! He wants
Romirro,
to
got it.
destroy us!
He abandoned us!
Oh, we're gonna die! I don't wanna
Yeah,
die!
that's right!
Sorry.
The Sea God is the one who will make the ocean devour Romirro! He wants to destroy...
Romirro, sorry. I'm gonna forget that. The edge of the harbor, which had suffered years of erosion because of the sea winds, that's where people pushed sea god statues. They carved with their own hands into the abyssal waters. Temples have been abandoned, their altars smashed, previous collections of books and scrolls are naught but ashes and smoke. Over the centuries, people's faith in the sea god and everything that associated with him were swallowed by rising tides. It was only a matter of time before they were abandoned and forgotten. bride of the sea god suffered this fate as well. Gosh.
The second night is already here. It won't be long until Romirro is submerged. It will be just as the prophecy says.
Check out the new background.
The citizenry is mired in unrest. Should this continue, chaos will inevitably unfold. My lord, we must find a way to soothe them.
Huh. It's only an eclipse. There's nothing to worry about. In fact, gather all the citizens and tell them. The Tome of the Sea God has revealed a new prophecy. We must hold the wave year ritual and have the bride of the Sea God make an announcement. Did you hear that? Bride of the Sea God.
Back up! How dare you? The guards grab my arms and throw me to the ground. I stare at the intricate patterns that dot the hem of the Celestine's robes. The situation is ironic, and it leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. In the past, he was Ramono's minister who loyalty to the city was unmatched. Yet he's now a cruel individual after the prophecy appeared in the tome, Sea God. Didn't you say the tome of the Sea God spreads lies and leads people astray? Not only is it untrustworthy, but you sealed it away in a temple.
These matters are of no concern to you. Romirro shall be reborn under the current Castellan.
I'm gonna forget this word. I'm gonna do it one more time.
Romirro shall be reborn.
Romero.
You will make that stone tablet reveal something, and then recite those words.
Everything's at stake here, but you're still obsessed with your power as a Castellan. How pathetic. I think it's Castellan. I don't know, man.
Foolish lass. Do you think you'd still be alive if someone else could converse with the Tome of the Sea God?
I don't like this man, and his portrait looks like he should have a different voice than what he has.
Play your part. You know very well what will become of you if you don't.
Can I fight this man? I'm gonna shave off your stupid hair. After hearing the heavy lock bind the door. Oh, okay. Was that Raphael? Was that After hearing the heavy lock door After hearing the heavy lock bind the door, I'm once again left alone in the tower. Suddenly, a gentle breeze sweeps in. The blood on my face is wiped away.
You're the bride of the sea god. Why are you letting humans mistreat you?
Sorry. When did he appear? That tell us nothing more than a pair of shackles. Why can't you be the groom of Lee instead? I don't remember when it started. At first, I thought the voice was a hallucination, born from my lengthy imprisonment. But time passed, and the seagulls brought me seashells with strange patterns. That's when I became certain of his existence. He claimed to be the sea god, but his voice was too youthful, too mysterious. I couldn't trust him. However, I found myself involuntarily anticipating his appearances. If anything, I'd make my time here a little more bearable. And like a person who was fascinated while watching a goldfish in a bowl, he approached me. He tested me, tempted my heart to yearn for freedom as it sat in a pit of despair.
Don't you want to escape? Tonight is your only chance. When the eclipse hangs high and the tides flow back, You only need to remember 2 things.
What things? What are you talking about? The sea breeze whips through the tattered pages on the table. It stops, and there I see a page covered in mysterious, intricate symbols.
The sea god's Summoneo staff. The sea's ritualis hymn. When the time comes, I will answer your call.
The last traces of his voice are buried by the horn. I look outside to see an anxious crowd gathering under the dilapidated tower. Tower, yep. What do you mean? What do you want me to do? Are you still there? Silence fills over the tower. I squeeze my eyes shut and force myself to stay calm. His proposal is too sudden. It could be a trap as well. I'd be foolish not to question it. Even if it is a trap, does it matter? Is there anything more hopeless than being imprisoned here forever? I might as well take this gamble. Hey. Gambled like an hour ago.
Rejoice, everyone!
I don't like this guy. Atop the tower, is his name Hawkern? Raises the orb that symbolizes Romirro. Oh my god, I'm gonna call it Romirro and be done with life. His gaze sweeps over the port's towering embankments and the ships with their black sails.
Do not fear this lunar eclipse. It heralds a new hope, a new future for Romirro. We will not crumble under the waves. We've cast aside the sea god and left behind our hollow faith. Now, our centuries of sacrifice have changed the ancient prophecy. You will see the truth with your own eyes.
You see, the people are like ants. They're restless. A guard shoves me and I stumble to the edge of the tower. In that instant, the gaze is below me, filled with disgust, fear, anxiety, and cold indifference, pierce me like arrows. I think that was Simonio's death. The power, my lord, the power within the tome of the sea god has faded. I need to use the sea god Simonio's staff to make the prophecy words manifest again.
The Wavier ritual doesn't require a sacred staff. Do not lie to me.
Can we just, like, push him over the edge? Tonight is the lunar eclipse. Without the Simonio staff to protect us, should any signs embellishing calamities appear, I love big words. I deliberately lower my voice. At that moment, lightning tears through the clouds. The sea churns, and the massive waves crash onto the shore. A moment passes. The sea god's Simonio staff, its old age apparent, is given to me. According to him, I need to sing the hymn. I brush away the dust from the staff and raise it towards the tome of the sea god. Our sunlit universe awakens in the faint light where dusk and dawn meet and merge. The young and pure sea god descends upon the first wave surge. The ancient lyrics flow from my mouth as the staff slowly traces a totem-like pattern in the air. Suddenly, mysterious singing drifts through the fighting sea wind. With my voice, it echoes from afar. I'm a gist. He's here. Good, he didn't lie to me. A slight feeling of relief washes over me as I face the wind and sing even louder. He commands the petals of the sun Did I say Silas? Anyway, of the sun, the moon, and the tides, he who guides souls to rest in distant realms.
She's singing the sea's ritualis hymn! That forbidden song! Guards! Caesar!
I'm sorry. Just sounded funny. I apologize. The guards lunge at me, but the staff emanates a dazzling blue light and repels everyone. The sea god wields fire in the darkness. He is the blazing sun who ignites the lost night. Thunder crashes down upon the sea. An enormous wave manifests. Heavy rainfall descends as the storm engulfs all of Romirro, whatever the frick. Damn it. Romirro, my god! Terror and chaos erupt around me. I clutch the staff tightly and continue to sing until a beam of light appears. It points to something under the towering waves. I brace myself before I leap into the ocean. Cough, cough. He said he would greet me, but this is a little too violent for my liking. Black seawater twists into a massive vortex and carries me away. Discoherent, I stop swimming and let my body sink deeper into the ocean depths. I lose track of time before a magnificent yet ruined structure gradually appears.
You're here at last.
Yeah. A voice as cold as frigid seawater drifts towards me. Ghostly light sweeps across the crumbling ruins like moonlight. It's reflected in my eyes. Before me is a slowly swaying fishtail, so magnificent that everything I have ever considered beautiful in my life suddenly feels plain and unmarkable. A human body with the tail of a fish and the power to control the ocean. Are you the sea god?
My identity is of little importance.
Several heavy chains are wrapped around his body. Powerful runes, barely visible, keep him immobilized.
I've saved your life. Now then, release the seals that bind me.
Why would the sea god be imprisoned in a place like this? Ah, he's dying.
I could be lying. I can help you.
God damn. By the way, the kindled this soon is crazy. Was I saying anything, by the way? I think it was just him. I was just looking at him. Also.
But I can also let you drown in these abyssal waters to keep me company.
As long as I'm with you, bitch, I'll be fine. If I die, then no one else will save you.
I see you're unaware of
Thank you!
what you've awakened.
God damn it! Can I just, like, bite you? Huh? Who said that? Shit. The legends say the sea god bears special mark. Special mark, where is it? If you truly are the sea god. Little too hot. Observe it. Dude, me. What the frick? This is giving me, Catch-22 vibes. Damn. This is, like, really pretty, by the way. Does he say anything if I poke him?
Do you think the mark can be seen by just anyone? I'll examine you like this when you're in shackles.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it. Huh?
Do you think the mark can be seen by just anyone?
This is really pretty. Holy fuck. Sorry. I want to know how long this took. You know? Like, this couldn't have been easy to animate and shit. The seals on your body are incredibly powerful. Breaking them will be easy.
Your power alone is no match for these. Its scale is as cold as the lonely moon. At dawn, it shall pierce your heart. The sea's ritualis hymn you sang, that is the answer.
Aren't you afraid I'll take... Yeah. Aren't you afraid I'll take your scale and disappear without a trace?
You shall find no hiding place wherever the sea flows.
Oh my god. Shit. Shit. Guys, help me. And everyone said yes. I think I read something where they said that they couldn't motion capture the tail or something, so they had to do it like by hand. Something like that. There was something they had to do. All I'm saying is good job, Infold. Your hard work paid off. This is pretty as shit. And congratulations. Also, congratulations for reaching 20, the top chart, so we'll get the 23 pulls. Anyway, good job. Damn. This power is familiar.
This is the mark you've been searching for. But it was also a seal in another form.
Oh my god. Jesus. Am I the only one who finds this incredibly pretty and impressive? I just can't.
The voice of the storm. Come to me.
Hell yeah, baby. Why did you...
Again.
The noise he made, I'm sorry. Oh, fuck yeah!
Call out to me from the fathomless depths of the sea. Bestow the inextinguishable.
Hell yeah, baby!
Vengeance.
That's so sick. Oh, goddammit, I
The
missed
sea
it.
god's revival has been completed. You've rewritten the fate of these waters. Starting from this moment, you are bound to me. You cannot turn back.
Hell yeah. This is really pretty. That was amazing. That was amazing. The kindled at like #1 was kind of crazy though. Since it's usually like at like the very end, like both of them kind of. So that was pretty cool. I'm guessing the last one is gonna be at the very end. Storm's roar filters through the seawater and resonates as well as distant songs. My body feels impossibly heavy, yet scenes from my dreams gradually come into focus.
The tome of the sea god cannot be wrong. She is the sea god's bride and our only hope. We need her if Romirro is to survive.
You know, she kind of sounds like Auntie Talia just a little bit.
She will be Romirro's future castellan, protect the land in the sea god's stead, and change the prophecy.
There's still over half a year until your coming-of-age ceremony. Yet the gifts are already piling up. We've run out of space to store them. Everyone truly admires you from the bottom of their hearts, my lady.
She's the sea god's bride and was raised by the Castellan. Her knowledge and abilities are exceptional.
And it's Castellan. I'm gonna forget that. I just can't remember big words. It's just like...
She is kind and approachable. A wonderful person deserves all the best things in life.
It's my learning disability. Leave me alone. Like, it actually
Look
literally might
at
be
what
that.
our foolish devotion to the sea god brought. Death, disaster, and the prophecy that Romirro shall be submerged more quickly. The sea god will never save Romirro.
I don't like this, man.
The
I think I
bride
said
of
that
the sea
before.
god is nothing but a farce! She and the sea god will destroy Romirro!
Fight me!
Run, my lady! Don't let them catch you!
Oh, well...
Can you hear them? Everyone is asking for you to die.
Well, if I ask you to die, will you die? Huh?
And yet, you're the only one who can communicate with the tome of the sea god. I won't let you suffer a miserable death. I'll spare you so long as you obey me.
Ew.
How does that sound?
That sounds gross. Open my eyes, brilliant white lights dispels my chaotic nightmare and illuminates the scene before me. Rainwater flows through the window frames. It makes the carvings and murals gradually reveal the lifelike faces of gods.
Are you awake?
Ooh-ee. Hey! The sea god looks at me, his beautiful tail having transformed into human legs and an unknown point at an unknown point in time. He can walk on land.
I have prepared a gift for you.
Is it you? I'll take it. He lifts me up and directs my gaze to the steps below. Alkern, his most trusted minister, Tower's guard captain. Those who had bullied and abused me are now on the ground. Get shit on! Bound, they crawl and struggle, their eyes filled with fear and despair.
Their lives are in your hands. Would you like to deal with them one by one?
God, he's really hot. Okay, stop looking at me like that. His hand covers the back of mine. He guides me to raise my hand, and lightning gathers in my palm.
Ah!
Debris scatter, and I think it was Castellan. Crown clatters to the ground. The puddles on the floor bloom crimson.
Or would you rather finish them all at once?
My palm is quickly held again. Out of nowhere, raging waves rise in the center of the temple and engulf everyone. Karma's a bitch! What? Watching them struggle as they suffocate, I feel a sense of satisfaction. However, an indescribable emotion wells up. The sea god already has a terrible reputation. Won't this make the people hate you more?
Lower your hand then.
I pause before I hold his hand even tighter. I hear him chuckle as the illusory waves shimmer with rippling light. They reflect a cold emptiness in his eyes.
The faith of humans is nothing more than self-interest. They worship when they need something, and curse when they don't get what they want. Why should I care about reputations?
As if he had his fill of watching their death roars. He released my hand, the water vanishes.
They claimed I've abandoned this world. Very well. I'll let them be a witness to true annihilation.
Damn.
This is only the beginning. Don't you dare become merciful too swiftly.
You're overthinking it. I would never. Dying Castellan struggles to prop himself up. His gaze burns with a fury that could shoot flames.
You, if it weren't for me, you would have been executed. How dare you repay my kindness with betrayal?
So your kindness is abuse. Got it. So the lamp and for slaughter is obligated to thank the butcher. You're insane. Pick up a sword from the ground and hurl it at him. The blade stabs his shoulder blade.
Ah! Don't forget, your life is still in my hands. If I die, you will be cursed to perish in agony.
Then we'll die together. Does it look like I'm scared? A swift death is better than living as a caged bird forever.
A curse.
The sea god lifts my chin and strokes my cheek. Tentacle-like bluish greens runes slowly appear.
You're referring to these crude patterns?
Why does it keep buzzing at me? What do you want from me? My stupid thing is buzzing at me. Leave me alone. He curls his fingertips. His movements are gentle, yet the runes are being torn away from my cheeks. It hurts.
Stay still. Indeed, it's an ancient curse, but it's far too weak to control my bride. Close your eyes.
Okay. I hear an eerie sound as something is destroyed.
What a terrible attempt of a trick.
When I open my eyes again, whips of mercury mist still linger in the air. Nearby, stop putting this word in front of me. The castellan is suspended in midair. A water trindle tightens around his throat. Tendril.
These magics can't be wielded by humans. Tell me where you found it.
What right do you have to judge me?
I won't tell you anything. You don't need to worry about asking again either.
Aren't you a god? Why are you destroying everything? Lemuria, Whalefall City. Now you want to destroy this island!
Lemuria? Didn't the legend say the sea god lived there? In the sky, golden lightning freezes. Dark-colored waves surge, and the waters recede. Oh, hello? The waters recede. The castellan. You know what? Stop. And the others have vanished without a trace. It's just like, what was that word? Exhibition? Whatever.
They're in a more
Where have you taken them?
appropriate place.
Why didn't you just kill Hawker? A bloodstained crown flies into...
You were imprisoned in his cave.
Infold, please. A bloodstained crown flies into his hand. It immediately crumbles to dust.
How many years?
It's been a long time. I don't remember.
If the hatred from that time could be offset by him dying instantly, I would happily grant your wish at this very moment.
You wouldn't offer me a gift without a reason. What is it you want? Tell me.
You are my bride, aren't you?
He touches the pearls in my hair before he lowers his gaze.
Removing unsavory elements from my bride's life is my duty.
As I debate whether I should confront him or try to extract information more suitably, a thunderous crash resounds outside the window. The storm has destroyed a distant embankment. I almost said Sweetwater. Sea water rushes in like a roaring beast as it flows directly into the city. What is happening? This is only the second night Romirro shouldn't be sinking now. The Tome of the Sea God has been returned to the temple. I run there, and I'm shocked that the words of the prophecy are emanating a faint glow.
This future was predetermined long ago. Whether it's the second or third night makes little difference. You knew this day would come. Why are you surprised?
You know, in a lot of myths, there's a recurring thing where MC's like, I don't want to die. It was in Silas's myth, I believe, his Cloudfall, where she's like, or like, I'm determined to live, or I don't want to die, or something like that. And I think in his, like, I don't remember what his sea god myth is called, like his other one, for Rafayel, but I think she did the same thing. You know what? I'll just switch it up. This place is still my sanctuary. Regardless of what happens, I can't stand by and watch it be destroyed. Legends say the sea god is all-powerful. He can overturn oceans
The
and
fate of this world is
move mountains, so you can save Romirro, yes?
predetermined, and legends are just legends. In any case, it hasn't been long since I was awakened. My powers haven't fully returned yet. Why should I risk my own life for a city that despises me? Mind you, I would have to defy a prophecy in the Tome of the Sea God.
What if you regained your powers?
Give me your hand.
Sure. A cold glint flashes as he cuts both our palms. Okay. He intertwines his fingers with mine, and our blood mixes. It drips onto the Tome of the Sea God. Isn't that like a health hazard, anyway? Golden light raises from the Tome of the Sea God like threads of silk. They unfurl in midair and weave together to form poetic words. The Mirians who seeketh absolute power, combat the treacherous tides, dive into the deep for pearls, find a true love. There were hidden prophecies in the tome. It makes sense now, despite the fact I've conversed with the Tome of the Sea God many times. I could only decipher fragments and incomplete phrases. Yet, what's more shocking is the meaning contained in these words. I struggle to grasp the most crucial line. To find a true love. That means the sea god appears more composed as he raises his hand to brush away the text and heal the wound on my hand.
You already know the answer, my beloved bride.
You knew you needed me to restore your power. That's why you gave me those gifts.
You're more clever than the humans I'm familiar with.
Now that I understand his intentions, I feel oddly relieved. According to the tome, you'll regain your powers and stop the sea from swallowing Romirro if we fall in love.
As things stand, this is your only option.
But falling in love doesn't happen instantly. All the while, the threat of this land sinking below the waves looms over us. I wonder. Gee golly. Mustering up some courage, I wrap my hands around his neck and kiss him without any hesitation. Jeez. The god's lips are warm. Before he can recover from his surprise, I quickly pull away. Well, has your power restored, even just partially? He grabs my arm, pulls me close, and bends down to return my kiss.
A simple kiss.
To return my kiss. The intensity is so overwhelming that I wince and draw a sharp breath. Excuse me.
Is far from what anyone would call love.
Okay. It's so better than sitting and waiting for death.
As long as I'm here, death wouldn't dare to visit you. Do you remember how you awakened me?
The Simonian staff and the sea's ritual hymn. He places the staff in my hand. I'm not sure when or how he got it.
This can temporarily awaken some of my powers, but we need one more thing to stop the storm.
He turns over my hand as he traces letters on my palm. I can't help but open my mouth. Hey, Raphael! Sorry.
Remember it. That is my name.
Okay.
Recite my name in your heart with the utmost devotion. Then, sing the hymn for me once more.
Oh! He suddenly dives into the storm, and his legs transform into a brilliant fishtail as he soars above the terrifying waves. Simonian staff emits a try again. A light to accompany my song. I sing with all my strength and stare at his figure. He glides along the top of the waves, lightning from the tip of his tidebreaker, tide strikes, and heavy storm. Clouds, streams of golden light swirl across the sea's surface. The rain stops and winds cease as the subdued tides transform into millions of transparent fish. They stir up sand and gravel as they slowly retreat to the deep sea. At the base of the damaged statue, people kneel in the muddy waters, yet they see the sun rising behind the sea god. He turns around, his gaze passes through the lingering mist and lands on me. These are some, like, really interesting sentences. This is crazy, bruh. It's only like 3. This is bonkers. Hawkern and his henchmen are imprisoned in a water cage that's under a waterfall. They receive my oh my god, thorough care. They yep, bye. Gosh. Don't you like it when my brain functions properly? It's so fun to me. I know that Raphael didn't spare Hawkern just to let me have my revenge. For him, Hawkern might have some value. I tried to ask him about it, but Raphael wouldn't give me an answer. As the heir to the previous... Oh my god. I'm gonna... I think it's Castellan again. Give me a minute. Ooh. Okay, so it's Castellan. I become the new ruler of Romirro unexpectedly. Some rumors begin to spread throughout the city. Sea God's bride awakened him. Now he carries out her orders without question. If she can command the sea god to claim the storm during the eclipse, then surely she can command him to drown Romirro. She puts 12 venomous sea snakes in the water prison. They drink the former Castellan's blood every day, and the water below Mosin Waterfall is now a bright red. I pay no attention to their gossip. After all, I have no interest in ruling a city that once abandoned me. What matters is that I must fall in love with Raphael. Well, you see, I already am, so like, it's really... Sorry.
Your Highness, the harbor repairs?
Deal with it yourself.
Your Highness, the city plans to erect several new statues of the sea god.
You don't need to ask for my permission. After shutting out those annoying voices, I searched the temple for any signs of Raphael. This place has become the sea god's residence. To fall in love with him sooner, I spend most of my time here. The problem is, he's always somewhere else. How am I supposed to fall in love with him? What is this?
You forgot about the scale already?
The scale I held in my hand had transformed into a blue seashell. It now hangs from a... Oh, is it the necklace? Hangs from a delicate silvery white chain. Is this a token of affection?
At the very least, it's not a token of hatred.
The necklace I put around my neck. The necklace I put? Gosh. The necklace is put around my neck, and the seashell is like a crystalline mark over my heart.
Keep it safe. It's a piece of my heart. It will let me know where you are and what you're doing.
Like if I'm eating breakfast, you'll know. Taking a bath. You can track my every move, but I have no idea what he's up to. It's not exactly fair. In the center of the temple, several springs converge into a deep, mysterious pool. The waters churn, and the curtains with white sea foam are connected to the deep sea. Around the pool stand 12 broken statues, their damaged torsos holding candle holders of solidified whale oil. Their heads are solemnly lowered towards me. He took the time to build a pool. I've learned something. However, he likes to soak in the water. Bored, I pick up a few silver leaves from a nearby box and skip them. They bounce across the water. I don't know if the centenary brick is trying to curry favor with Raphael and me, but people have sent numerous gifts while keeping their distance. Is he not here? There is no response under the water. I'm about to give up when I when I catch a glimpse of an unusual light flashing below the surface. I'm having trouble reading bad. It's just one of those days where my where my brain replaces the words constantly. It's kind of getting on my nerves. Curiosity compels me to dive into the water to get a closer look, but someone suddenly grabs my wrist.
It's impolite to enter my bedchamber without greeting me first.
Raphael floats to the surface, his long hair spreading out along the water surface. I can barely see his tail. It's like a streak of cold yet beautiful multicolored sunlight you'd see during a sunrise or sunset. I supervised the renovation of this temple when I was 15. If anything, this place should be mine.
You are correct. I shouldn't have stopped you.
He tries to drag me into the water, and the churning currents instantly transform into what? Into a ferocious beast that approaches me with its open maw. I use his momentum to grab his arm and quickly wrap my arms around his neck before the water can engulf me. Cold.
Yes, and you could have avoided this.
I was afraid you'd vanish again when I wasn't looking. How are we supposed to learn more about each other and fall in love if you're not
Is
here?
clinging to me like an octopus part of your plan to fall in love with me?
Yes. And I'm favoriting that. Killing can be used to gain affection, but is also another reason. A cold water droplet slides across the tip of my nose. I sneeze multiple times.
Why are you so delicate?
Water in your bedchamber is too cold. Why is it freezing?
Is there a problem? Only humans have a habit of parboiling themselves.
It's called taking a hot bath. The current carries us to the shore. Rafayel's tail transforms into a pair of legs as he steps onto stone tiles inlaid with seashell.
You say you don't want to die, and yet you jump into frigid waters. Your desire to survive is rather wanting.
You say you need to fall in love with me, and yet you're nowhere to be found. You actually want to get your powers back.
I never believed an intangible emotion such as love could serve a purpose.
He sets me down as a ball of flame rises from his palm. I flinch and pull away, but he places it in my hand. It's not burning me, and it's warm.
Are you no longer afraid?
He creates several more that word of fire and uses them to dry my hair and clothes until they're comfortably warm.
I'm only following the tome's revelations because I don't have an alternative. I won't fall in love with you. It doesn't matter how close you get.
That's a lie. Don't worry, I'm just trying to survive. Don't misunderstand and think I actually have feelings for you. Well, god damn it. I play with the ball of fire in my hands and toss it around. The dancing flames cast a softness across Raphael's face that doesn't suit him. He sits beside me on the stone steps and carefully examines ornate boxes. These are gifts from the citizenry. They want to thank you for saving them from the storm.
These aren't gifts. They're displays of submission for the sake of self-preservation. They despise you, and then they coddle you like a babe in swaddling clothes. Faith, devotion, all of it is hypocrisy.
Moving my chair, give me a minute. My legs fell asleep. I was sitting on them. You don't seem too furious, though.
And you've entertained yourself by skipping those silver leaves. Why should I be angry?
I need more water. My gosh. So many words. They belong to you. Keep what you like and throw away the gifts you dislike.
I'm not interested in insincere offerings.
Ooh. Well, I have something that should interest you. I walked to the tome and retrieved the Simonian staff that was hidden behind it. It used to be yours, yes? Now it's yours again.
You are its rightful owner.
He gestures for me to look at the ruby on the staff. There's a strange, distinctive markment.
It's your name written in the Lemurian language.
Slay.
It belonged to me, but it seems I gave it to you. So it's yours now.
Now that you mention it, it does look familiar. When I touch the mark, something flashes through my mind like lightning, yet I can't hold onto a trace of it.
Even I don't remember the staff. How do you have any memory of it?
It felt slightly familiar when I obtained it.
Could it be that you also forgot everything? Because you slept for thousands or tens of thousands of years?
What the sea goddess considers a deep slumber can be called death in the eyes of humans. The staff feels heavy. I place it next to the tome of the sea god. Why would you give me this? Why would you give me this? Oh my gosh. Why would you give me a precious staff? Hello?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I liked you.
Liked? You mean like me? Thank you. Sorry. Maybe his expression was too inseparable because he starts laughing.
You don't want us to be smitten with each other? If anything, you don't seem all too pleased with the fact that I liked you before.
I just can't imagine you genuinely falling in love with a human. But if we truly had feelings for each other in the past, then falling in love again might not be so difficult. What should I fall in love with? If I only admire his appearance, then we'd have an unstable foundation.
Your thoughts are impolite, I presume.
I was thinking about the god I'm supposed to fall in love with. I'm wondering what his character is. For example, I'd like to learn about his likes, his dislikes, his strengths, his flaws.
If you knew those despicable aspects and flaws, would you still fall in love?
Duh. They say that if someone can accept even your most awful aspects, then it's true love. It touches the soul.
In other words, an ignorant, foolish impulse.
Damn. No. Okay. For the sake of survival, I'm willing to sacrifice some rationality.
It's not difficult for you to discover what kind of god I am.
He moves closer and lifts the seashell hanging around my neck.
When the next full moon arrives, you will find the answer you seek.
What do you mean? Raphael sinks into the pool, which causes water to be splashed everywhere. He waves at me unhurriedly before vanishing in the blink of an eye. Full moon night, 3 days later. Night fog blankets the wilderness. Grayish-white blades of grass rise past my ankles. Short trees and blah 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 blah. Again, nightfall blankets the wilderness. Grayish-white blades of grass raise past my ankles. Short trees are scattered about, and their gnarled branches stretch in my direction. The necklace's seashell illuminates a soft glow. It guides me out of the city and into a dense forest at the front of Mount Una? I don't know. What's that sound? I quicken my pace. Expectantly bright moonlight filters through the trees and illuminates ruins covered in gray-green moss. Raphael stands in the center of the area. Water flows from his hands to lift broken stones. They're pieced together in midair. I continue to tiptoe and then... I literally thought she was gonna say boo, but she said ha instead, and I'm a little disappointed that it wasn't boo. I'm gonna be honest.
I heard you breathing earlier. Who do you think you're trying to scare, mortal?
You brought me here in the middle of the night just so I could watch you build a house. I recognize these as the oldest ruins on the island. No one knows their origins.
Correct. Come closer. You're in the way.
Still uncertain, I move to the side. More stone bricks float upward and assemble themselves into a wall covered with fragmented inscriptions.
His blood surged to form the oceans. His scales transformed into the stars above. His bones became the whales who bore the sun disk, the moon clams that measure time, the coral bridges that lead to the netherworld.
You know, I don't hear when I tap, I don't hear the tapping noise. Where did that go? That's the creation myth for how the sea god founded Lemuria. Are these ruins connected to the sea god?
This place is part of the Island of Songs.
I furrow my brow. How strange. The name sounds familiar, but I can't remember anything about it. As I'm in deep thought, more stones rise with the flowing water. They connect broken walls and ruins to gradually form a shrine. Full moon hangs above like a bright pearl set in the center of an accessory. It illuminates fragments of the temple's former glory.
It preserved Lemuria's history, as well as the important chronicles of every sea god. The sea god you want to learn about is here.
These are stories about the sea god, but you're not. Retry. These are the stories about the sea god, but they're not the story of Rafayel.
There's no difference. One day, I will become another sea god who's depicted here. The name Rafayel shall be forgotten.
He tilts his head back as if he's using somewhat real yet illusionary fragments to search for pieces of his memories. That doesn't sound like a
Yet
good
you
thing.
want me to get my powers back, so I can ascend and become a true sea god.
You're not wrong. Flowing water gradually disperses, and the shrine crumbles apart once more. It has returned to being ruins. Yeah. And what about you? After you regain your powers, what do you want to do?
I'll start with finding the person who sealed me away at the bottom of the sea.
Do you remember who it was?
I will eventually.
Pathetic, I nod. I know what it feels like to lose your freedom, but we're sealed away for so long. You must really hate that
They
person.
aren't even worthy of my rancor.
Fair.
However, I won't let them go unpunished.
He glances at the moon before walking into the dense forest. I hurriedly catch up to him. There's one thing I still don't understand. You forgot who sealed you away. How do you know that I can break your seal?
You are the sea god's bride. You're the only one I would choose. And you were the only person I could sense when I was sealed away.
As he says this, a cryptic smile suddenly appears on his face.
It was ironic. I first heard your voice as you slandered me. You said the tome was worthless since it couldn't find the sea god. However, it somehow revealed the location of his bride, so you were captured and forced to suffer. You said I abandoned my bride, played with whatever caught my fancy, and questioned how I could be the sea god. You claimed I was worse than a sea cucumber. Also,
Ow. You're making up nonsense. I have never insulted you. I argue while frantically trying to think. However, I have insulted him a few times.
I eventually realized that when you talked to yourself or slandered me, it meant you were in good spirits. And if there were days when you were very quiet, I could also guess what you were going through.
Yeah. You really like you really like watching people in secret, huh?
That's an incorrect assumption. I only see you.
That hair, though, damn. We had wandered to the shore without realizing it. Moonlight cast a shimmering glow across the sea's surface. Blurry, distant stars sparkle where the ocean meets the sky.
What is it?
Let's hold hands, anyway. It's to stop you from jumping into the water and vanishing again.
Holding my hand won't be enough.
If you keep disappearing, it'd be hard for me to fall in love with you. You should at least tell me what you're doing and where you're going.
Would you like to accompany me this time?
He raises his hand at the moonlight, condensed into a strand of silver thread, and his fingertips, then it descends into the sea's surface. Every stream immediately becomes visible. In the water's reflection, they follow the moonlight, coil around his cupped hand, and dance.
The perfect opportunity is right in front of you.
I'm sorry. That was kind of good timing on that. You didn't hear it, but that scream or whatever, and then my headphones went low battery, so that was kind of... Okay. Nice. With his hands that resemble a flying bird, he whistles, and oh, it was a whistle. It sounded like a scream, bro. And the sound lingers, an enormous white skeleton raises from the sea. It reminds me of a fish with large fins. The creature swiftly cuts through the sea mist and appears before me.
Are you scared?
Don't underestimate me. But as soon as I step forward, I find myself at a loss. I'm unsure how to approach the skeletal creature. I feel a sense of weightlessness as Rafayel places me directly on the current's back. Creature's back, his legs then transform into a tail, and he swims into the ocean.
Hold on tight. Should you fall, I won't save you again.
Ow, my head. I got a headache. I also low-key need food. Apparently what I ate... oh my gosh. Apparently what I ate wasn't good enough. So I might BRB real quickly and get something. So I don't, like, pass out in the middle of reading. That's disgusting. Oh my god, wait, I have to check my brain. Sorry. Okay, 4. What happened to my thing? Oh, there it is. Okay, Raphael swims through the inky black water. Silvery light breaks into pearls that flow along his tail. Close behind is the skeletal creature that carries me. Is this your friend, Raphael?
Despite being nothing but bones, it tried to eat me when we first met.
Oh, that's lovely.
Is that what friends do?
Yes. I say it's more of a hungry friend? A hungry friend, yeah. As if it understood what I said, it suddenly whips its tail in an attempt to throw me off. I quickly grab onto what once was its dorsal fin.
The Fantasia shark is very temperamental. I advise you not to provoke it. If you throw caution to the wind, it'll reduce you to a pile of bones with just a few bites. Its species died along with Lemuria. I have no idea where this one came from.
Could it actually be your friend from before you went into sleep, I mean? The Fantasia shark raises its head and makes an almost inaudible sound. Then it quickly swims closer to Rafayel, quietly. That's actually.
Maybe.
Oh my god.
I caught glimpses of its shadow in Whalefall City.
My phone just did something weird as shit. That scared the hell out of me. Why did you do that? According to the legends, it was the most magnificent and beautiful place in all of Lemuria. Sorrow and suffering don't exist.
Humans and their myths have never shied away from exaggeration. I don't remember what Whalefall City looked like. Only when the sea god's power is restored can all slumbering Lemurians be awakened. And then, Whalefall City shall return to this world.
That's good. You have a homeland worth longing for.
You're implying that yours isn't.
It abandoned me first. Not wanting to continue this conversation, I pretend to admire the Fantasia shark. After a moment, an idea appears in my mind. Raphael, come here. I want to give you a gift. But just so you're aware, I haven't done this in a long time. It might not work.
I should keep my expectations low then?
Despite saying that, he raises his hand and uses the rising waves to sit down beside me. I take a deep breath, concentrate on the palm of my hand, and then gently place it on the Fantasia shark's head. In the darkness, a faint power slowly awakens. It cautiously moves towards me bit by bit. I relax my breathing and try to become part of that power. I capture every subtle change. I can sense it. A gentle radiance spreads out from the Fantasia shark. Layers of blue tint, seawater, and faintly reveal the silhouette of the city. While indistant, its beautiful and magnificent form is still visible. I think this is indistinct, by the way. I thought this Fantasia shark missed Whalefall City too, so I tried to resonate with it. Did that bring back any memories? Raphael doesn't say a word until the water turns black once more. I'm forced to break this strange silence. I didn't expect it to work. I haven't resonated in a long time, and I only use it to help others find lost crabs and turtles.
Thank you.
No problem. What?
You helped me see Whalefall City. I'm expressing my gratitude.
You're welcome. The moon has disappeared as sea fog descends with the heavy clouds that engulf our surroundings. As the fog grows thicker, my doubts continue to take root in the depths of my heart. You still haven't told me where we're going, Raphael.
We'll arrive at our destination once the fog clears.
But just as I'm about to press for more details, I suddenly feel like my mind is being engrossed by fog. My consciousness becomes heavy. Something's wrong with this fog.
The fog is as it should be. All you need to do is close your eyes and get some rest while you can.
Why did I fall asleep?
Did you get enough rest?
Or when did I fall asleep? Why did I fall asleep? How long was I asleep? Wait, where am I? The surrounding seawater surges by. It rushes with the force of 1,000... well, frick. Avalanches. Got it, I believe. Another avalanches towards a massive oceanic abyss. It's like a crack between heaven and earth. It seems as if an entire ocean is about to collapse. The thunderous roar is so deafening that it makes my ears hurt, and a sense of foreboding washes over me. Raphael, please don't tell me we're going there.
I thought you were eager to help me get my powers back. This is what the Tome of the Sea God means by combat the treacherous tides.
Now I understand what he meant when he said opportunity. Is it too late for me to change my mind?
What do you think?
I sigh. I resign myself to my fate as I hold him tightly, close my eyes, and allow him to take me into the bottomless oceanic abyss. As my dizziness subsides, I can hear the massive waves crashing above us. Everything around me is still engrossed in darkness. My survival instincts makes me grip Raphael's shoulder tightly. Is it over?
It's only the beginning.
holds me close as we continue swimming towards greater depths. After what feels like an eternity, our feet finally touch a flat zero. Dark blue flames ignite one after another. In the distance, they move in our direction and reveal an ancient, magnificent plaza. In the center stands a stone gate with multiple heavy chains. Each one extends to a tall stone statue that anchors in its place. The Marians have a lot of ruins.
This is the sea god's tomb. Each stone statue below represents a sea god who has perished.
I hope you didn't bring me here just so we can be buried together.
Don't worry. That day is still tens of thousands of years away.
He shoots lightning from his fingertips and it hits one of the guardian statues.
Stop pretending. I know you can hear me.
Young sea god, I've already told you. The bond's mark that is etched into your soul is never complete. You cannot enter the sea god's tomb, let alone reforge the Tidebreaker Trident.
I've already brought the owner of that mark.
Even when I'm pushed forward, I'm still trying to figure out what this bond mark is.
If we're together, wouldn't that make it complete?
You are correct.
The statue slowly turned towards me.
To awaken the sea god, you must traverse the 33 levels of the sea god's tomb to reach its depths, and to offer the Tidebreaker Trident on the altar.
33? Damn, dude.
Once the trial is complete, you can reclaim the sea god's power.
Combining Raphael's words with the statues, I realize what's happening. There are statues representing past sea gods at each level of the tomb. Does that mean we need to defeat all of them? Then you'll be able to complete the trial and regain your powers?
Are you scared?
I mean, low-key me, yeah, a little bit. A little, even if they're just statues, they're still sea gods. I'm afraid I won't even make it past the first level.
No one said you'd be going in alone. There's nothing to be afraid of. Since I'm here, leave everything to me. You just have to do one thing.
Which is?
Don't die.
I'll try. The Tidebreaker Trident materializes in Raphael's hand as he walks to the stone gate. I take a deep breath and summon a silver sword.
Let's begin.
Hell yeah. I think it would still be really cool if we could, like, actually do the combat ourselves. The stone statue slowly pulls away. The heavy chains, layer upon layer of seals, are released, one after another, and the seabed begins to shake violently.
The key to passing this trial isn't to defeat the statues.
He suddenly pulls me close, lowering his voice, and anemic mirth flickers in the depths of his gaze.
It's related to reaching the altar.
As soon as a gap appears in the stone gate, Raphael swings his trident and creates a maelstrom. It sweeps us up and propels us through the entrance. Level like an arrow releasing from a bow. Meanwhile, a sea god statue is slowly emerging from an enormous statue. Enormous stone. I think that says niche.
Young sea god.
Lightning strikes and catches the statue off guard. It's knocked back into the stone niche. Raphael doesn't linger. He rides the current into the second level and unleashes another lightning bolt without any hesitation. Chaos surrounds us as an unpredictable surge of heat radiates from Raphael's body. yet his gaze remains unexpectedly sharp and composed. The stone statues are either knocked back before they can fully emerge, or slow in their hopeless pursuit of us. Duck. Swinging my sword, I cut through several coral arrows, flying towards us only to feel the arm around me tighten. Like a blazing flame, Raphael turns the entire sea god's tomb upside down. Can you please stop? Upside down. He reaches the altar in just a few breaths.
Done.
With lightning speed, he unleashes the Tidebreaker's trident, and a radiant brilliance akin to daylight fills the sea god's tomb.
What is the meaning of this? Why is the latest incarnation of the sea god so disrespectful?
Well done. A young god should have a young god's vitality.
This won't do. We need to add a new rule. Shortcuts are not allowed. Otherwise, my ancient stones will crumble to pieces.
How is it over already? I finally got a chance to stretch my muscles, but I haven't even made my grand entrance yet.
The surrounding clamor fades. Hazy threads of light gradually wrap themselves. Please stop! Around my... What? The surrounding clamor fades. Hazy threads of light gradually wrap themselves around my and Raphael's hands. I feel like it should be me and Raphael's hands, but I really can't read that well again, so let's just move on.
Ye who desires to ascend to true godhood, the deep sea shall inscribe your name. I shall cleanse thy body, temper thy weapons, and restore thy lost memories.
Accompanied by mysterious chatting, a warm power surrounds me. Something reminiscent of flowing sand surges before my eyes as a familiar voice resounds in my ears.
In Lemuria, a bond best represents an everlasting vow and oath.
Oh my god.
When you offer the sincerest form of worship from the depths of your soul, my soul will be branded with your mark. I will be unable to defy you. And once a bond is formed, it shall never disappear. No matter where you are, or what form you take, I will always be able to find you and recognize you.
Aww. It's Raphael's voice. Uncautiously, I reach out my hand and touch a face that is familiar yet somehow not. His eyes still shine with the beauty of dawn's glow, however, his smile is more carefree and uncertain, and as bright as the clear seawater. And in that next moment, the warmth in his eyes gradually fades as his body sinks back into the black seawater. Only the mark below his collarbone faintly glows. The Malarian Covenant, I promised you.
Hmm? What did you promise?
God fucking... I'm willing to give you my heart. My sincerest form of worship. I'm willing to have your very being etched, engraved into my soul. In a trance-like state, I hear myself say unfamiliar vows, yet every word seems to come from the depths of my heart.
I gave you my heart.
He takes my hand and places it against the glowing mark. Everything is clear to me. Before you fell into a deep slumber, we had formed a Lemurian covenant. That's why I'm the bride of the sea god. Those threads of light gradually melt away. The seawater is cold again, and the atmosphere is somewhat awkward.
A Lemurian covenant can only be forged when both parties are willing. So, you voluntarily became my bride. It had nothing to do with the Tome of the Sea God. Don't forget to apologize to it after we get back.
I realize he sees me about the time I called the tome worthless. My ears burn with embarrassment as I clear my throat. You must have recognized our bond a long time ago. You just didn't tell me.
It only represents the past, and now it means nothing to us.
The tempered tiebreaker trident returns to his hand. Rafayel turns around, his tail emitting a more vivid and sharp radiance. Within his body, a portion of the sea god's power has been awakened. You want to deny the fact we were once in love. You're embarrassed, huh?
I am not.
I think you are. He ignores my provocation and grabs my arm to swim upward. But then he stops.
You're hurt.
I am? I follow his gaze to look at my back, but I don't see anything and I don't feel any pain. It's just a minor wound.
It's not.
Okay.
You need to return to Romirro immediately.
Got it. Rafayel brings me back to the surface, and the Fantasia shark carries us for Romirro.
Loosen your clothes. I need to treat your wound immediately.
Is it that bad? It doesn't hurt. Rafayel holds my shoulder with one hand and places his other hand on the back of my neck. Warm power emanates from his palms. It hurts. A pain from deep within my bones erupts and heads straight for my heart. It is so intense that I almost fall into the sea. Turning my head, I finally see the wound, but it's not a bloody gash. It resembles some strange floral pattern.
It's not working.
Stop, you're making the pain worse. Yet, long after Rafayel stops, the pain doesn't subside. I break into a cold sweat and the drops reach my eyes. They trigger another kind of sharp pain.
Hang in there. Once the fog clears, you'll feel better.
Rafayel, I need a favor. I groggily lift my eyelids as I rest on his lap. There are rumors. They say the sea god's song can enchant people's hearts and make them lose themselves in illusion. Could you possibly...
Don't believe baseless rumors anymore.
Can't you try it? I'll use our bond. A melody is played on a flute. It flows across the rippling, glittering sea and gently falls into my ears. It's unfamiliar yet captivating. As it guides me, I descend into a magnificent dream. I try to memorize every note as it flows. I don't acknowledge the pain anymore. Guided by the rhythmic sound of the waves and this melody, I slowly close my eyes once again. After returning to Romirro, Rafayel immediately confines me to the temple. He requests that I don't go outside until my wound has fully healed. Although I don't understand why he's being excessively cautious, he stays in Romirro. It's a pleasant surprise. However, the wound on my back often makes me discoherented. Sometimes I can hear faint cracking sounds deep within my spine. It's as if there are fish nibbling on coral. Maybe a more adept description would be how it felt similar to seawater washing over new scales. At other times, I'm fully conscious, yet somehow unable to open my eyes. However, there is one thing I remember clearly. Whenever I curl up into a ball because of the searing pain, the sound of a flute drifts into my ears and numbs my suffering. And soon after, I drift back into a soft, peaceful sleep. Oh. While we're away from Romirro, something rather significant happened. Ockern, the former Castellan, had escaped from the water. Water prison. Of course.
We've already dispatched a group to search the entire city. As soon as they find something, I'll make a report.
Ouch. Paya, the lady in waiting, immediately falls silent. Outside the curtain, I hold back a gasp and turn to glance at Rafayel. He's applying medicine to my body. Since he heard about Hawkern's escape, he has remained unfazed. There's not even a trace of anger or displeasure on his face. I'll deal with this myself. Call back the people you've sent out. There's no need to search anymore.
Yes, Your Highness.
Hold on, my eye itches. Ooh. When I wave my hand, Paya quickly retreats as if she'd just been pardoned from execution. You let him escape.
Beasts of the deep only bare their real fangs when facing death. Humans are no exception. Making him believe he still has a glimmer of hope will force him to reveal his plans.
I'm afraid he might have a secret weapon.
You should be prioritizing your health.
He applies a slight pressure with his hand. I subconsciously try to pull away from the pain, but he grabs my shoulder and presses me back onto the bed.
This ointment is made from gold feather algae. It's the best medicine for wounds in Lemuria. Stay still if you want to be hale and hearty again.
And be gentler.
I am being gentle. Are human bodies so fragile that they can't withstand a tiny amount of pressure?
Yet he still lightens his touch as he applies the medicine, his cold fingers gliding down along my spine. His cool
I
fingers.
could call for that lady in waiting and have her take care of you instead.
Nope. No, you're doing well. I like it when you look after me. His face betrays nothing. However, in the dim lighting, I notice the tiny scales rising suddenly on his neck. I see, he likes being praised. I quietly take note of this small discovery. That night, I develop a fever again. It often happens during these past few days. Rafayel says this means my wound is healing, but feeling dizzy with a parched throat is still a miserable experience. Rafayel, could you lend me your tail to cool down again?
No. We agreed that last night would be the last time.
Through the translucent curtains, I can see him lazily soaking in the pool, his tail creating ripples across the water surface. It's not like I'll do anything. I only want to lean against him.
Whose fever became so severe the last time that she thought she was eating fish.
Guilty, I close my mouth. The heat inside my body is still making me miserable. Cough, cough. Rafayel, are you still there? I think my ears are ringing. I can't hear your voice anymore.
Truly? That's not good.
Oh! With a splash, Rafayel seemingly was closer. I quickly closed my eyes. After a moment, I hear the faint sound of flames burning.
If your ears are ringing, then the situation is grave. We'll have to make a cut along each ear. to let some blood out.
Oh my gosh. I quickly step and grab the small knife that Raphael is holding over the candle's flame.
You're done with your jest? It's not a good habit to give up halfway.
But in the end, he gives in. His tail is cold to the touch as I rest my head on it. I meet his lowered gaze. How much longer do I have to wait for my wound to heal?
You'll make a full recovery soon.
The mirror beside me reflects a flash of red, and I see the floral pattern. It's slowly fading, but it has left behind jagged, fragmented lines. The voices I heard have become different. The first sound I usually ignore suddenly become louder. Bubbles popping, fingers brushing against surfaces, heartbeats rising and falling. Then the sound of churning seawater becomes increasingly clear in my ears. Even though the temple is far away from the beach, I can still hear the movements of the tide. Did I already? Okay, yes, sorry. Why are you so concerned about this injury?
It will make you more like a Lemurian. Your senses become heightened, so you'll be able to hear the call of the most distant oceans and see extraordinarily vibrant colors.
He absentmindedly runs his fingers through my hair.
But you are a human. You'll become an outcast on land. Then you'll be unable to hear any sounds unless they're in the ocean. You won't see any colors unless they belong to the sea. Your legs will become too weak to walk on land, and you'll suffer. Seawater will flood your mouth and nose and rise in your throat. In the end, you'll drown on dry land.
Damn, dude.
It doesn't look like you're afraid.
Because you'll keep me alive. You will, yes? He laughs softly, feels my forehead, and then picks up a cup of water. He helps me drink it.
If you try to make excuses again tomorrow, there's no guarantee.
As I slowly recover, Romirro's short summer arrives. The scent of flowers, which had been absent, permeates the wind. At night, I climb to the roof of the temple and look at the fort. People are setting up tall platforms for bonfires. Perhaps they are preparing for the sea god. The sea gods. Oh my god! If they said seas and then god afterwards so much that it's just like an instant in my brain to say sea gods. For the sea's grass festival once again, centuries later to express their reverence for the sea god. It was once Ramon's greatest festival. People would thank the sea god and pray for his blessing and protection. I already know that Rafayel has no interest in flavorous festival.
You're still injured.
I know, so I didn't leave the temple. I pat the spot beside me and invite him to sit down. Then I return my attention to the shell in my hand. It's like it's the conch shell in my hand.
It sounds terrible.
Yeah, it does. He twirls a flute in his hand and unceremoniously taps the top of my head with it.
That's not how you play it. If the conch shell could express emotion, it would have already died of embarrassment.
Damn. Then teach me how to play it properly. I like that song.
Why?
It might be because whenever I hear you play it, all my pain disappears. Just as no one dares to approach the temple without a good reason, no one dares to go near the tower that once imprisoned me. I thought escaping from the tower would make me feel better, but I guess not.
Your cage isn't in that tower. You can't leave the temple or the tower. You're afraid of losing the freedom to go where you please. Once your wound heals, nothing will be able to restrain you.
The conch shell is taken from my hand as Raphael brings it to his lips. He's testing it out.
Listen carefully if you want to learn.
Got it. Melodious tune raises, and it mingles with the evening breeze and moonlight before floating away. Hey! I lean against Raphael's shoulder and let the vibrations from his chest seep into my bones as he plays something in the depths of my heart trembles.
This island, this entire region, shouldn't be unconquerable obstacles in your search for freedom. No matter how many identities Romirro's people bestow upon you, you aren't obligated to fulfill them. You need to be willing to accept those roles.
One of those identities is the bride of the sea god. What if I don't want to be her?
Then don't be.
But I feel a bit reluctant to just let it go. I let a long sigh and gaze at the lights that extend from around the temple to the distant place. I used to love Romirro. I wanted to protect it forever and save it from the prophecy.
Unfortunately, it abandoned you.
I'm just a tool to the citizens. They believe I will save their lives.
Do you want all these people to disappear?
If I said I wanted that, would you carry out my wish?
If it would make you fall in love with me.
Oh, I tried to imagine their deaths, but I doubt that will make me happy.
What would make you happy then?
If you give me a hug and a kiss. When I don't respond, he hands me a long scroll.
Those ladies in waiting delivered it.
I look down and notice several ladies in waiting at the steps of the temple. They meet my gaze and bow nervously. I suppose they want me to preside over the rituals for the first day of the Sea God's Grass Festival.
I see. They're representing Romirro in an attempt to win your favor. When the time comes, you'll have to confront many of the people who abandoned you.
With apparent playfulness in his eyes, he brushed aside a strand of my hair that the wind had blown across my
How will
face.
you respond?
What would you do?
If it were me...
His fingertip moves down and rests over my trembling heart.
I'd ask this heart about what could make it happy.
Oh. I don't like that we're almost done. That means I'm gonna get sad. With the toss of a torch adorned with flowering vines, and she shells into the bonfire and the rise of dancing flames, the sea's grass festival officially begins. I descend from the elevated platform by the shore, give the ceremonious staff to Varai for safekeeping, and then remove the heavy crown from my head.
Thank you, Your Highness.
I think it's Viri, by the way. I don't know. No need. In the end, I agree to proceed over the ritual for the sea gods. Holy shit, the Sea's Grass Festival. The reason is simple, because the sea god was forgotten and hated for centuries. I'm the only one who still knows how to perform the ceremony. Of course, this ritual respected the sea god's opinion, so many of the compliant extravagant elements were eliminated. Oh my god, holy shit. Yep, moving on. Jesus.
Why did you think the sea god would enjoy a dance that looks like crabs are fighting? It's better to save your energy and make more fried shrimp cakes instead. These are actually delicious.
It's an ancient dance that was passed down for generations. It's supposed to display the sea god's majesty. Actually, you have a point. It does look like crabs fighting. As I walk onto the resting area surrounded by curtains, Raphael examines a pile of crates filled with offerings. It's as if they formed a small mountain. Because he said that the fried shrimp cakes from the city's eastern districts were delicious, people rushed to replace their offerings with fried shrimp cakes. Why don't you make more special requests? You could ask for their assistance when you dive into the deep for pearls. I suspect the pearls that the tome of the sea god mentioned refer to something else, though.
Aren't fried shrimp cakes special? Food in the sea is too soft. Nothing has a unique texture such as this.
He breaks off a small piece and puts it in my mouth. Then he tosses unwrapped a bubble filled with water to wash his hands. Hold on. Then he tosses upward. Okay, moving on. Okay. He breaks off a small piece and puts it in my mouth. Then he tosses upward a bubble filled with water to wash his hands.
As for the pearls, it can't be completed in a day or two. You also don't have to scour the entire sea for oysters. What you need to do now is...
His fingertip lifts my necklace. His eyes reveal what he's saying. Fly medicine. I loosen my collar and sit off to the side. When I think about how this wound is almost fully healed, I feel a tinge of sadness. During the ceremony, I realized for the first time that the sea wasn't completely black. The sound of waves drift in leisurely from beyond the curtains. It embraces my ears with a gentleness I've never thought was possible. I also never imagined that fragments of rainbow-colored light shimmered beneath the dark-colored waves and among towering white crests.
Don't say that. Once your wound heals, you'll have plenty of ways to see it again.
Alright. Raphael, you're getting better at taking care of people. You don't hurt me anymore.
If I couldn't do this simple task well at this point, wouldn't the sea god's divinity be tarnished? However,
oh my god.
Should you
Wow, was that so fast? Damn.
miss that pain, I can help you experience it again.
Hey, yo. No, that won't be necessary. Stop.
Your Highness, someone has brought a prayer flower basket.
Go away, we're having a moment. Ruri, who just lifted the curtain to enter, pauses. Her gaze shifts from Raphael's hand to my shoulder. Then she speaks as if she didn't see anything.
It's for you and the sea god.
Of course, you can leave it here.
Yes, Your Highness.
After Ruri leaves, I pull my clothes back up and silently glare at Raphael. I bet new rumors about us will be circulating around the city tomorrow.
Such as?
It's hard to say. Perhaps they'll mention the sea god's bride in broad daylight doing... Oh wait, that's not right. The people shall speak of their doing this and that with the sea god in the dark hours of night.
What exactly is this and that? I don't understand.
The prayer flower basket floats into Raphael's hands. He lifts the red, blue, and silver ribbon. Then he fiddles with the seashells inside the basket.
What does this basket of seashells represent?
It's one of the traditions of the Sea's Grass Festival. Every household prepares flower baskets filled with seashells to enhance exchange with others. The more beautiful the seashells, the more beautiful the seashells, the more beautiful the blessings they represent. It's how one can convey well wishes to people. Why would anyone want to exchange seashells with me? I tuck that thought away and pretend to be interested as I take the flower basket. Having changed into lighter clothes, Raphael and I walk along the central street of the city toward the temple. The moonlight and stars cast a blue glow across the night sky. They're like seawater flowing along the horizon as they rise and fall with the clouds and mist. Try these crispy bits. They're delicious too, and crunchy.
They're slightly bland.
Is that so? Maybe the salty seawater has numbed your tongue.
I told you multiple times already. I'm not always drinking seawater because I'm in the ocean.
I drop a few coins, ignore the stall's owner's somewhat bewildered gaze, and shove a bag of crispy fish into Raphael's hands. A decent number of people recognize us, but we tactically ignore their gawing. When did they put up that statue over there?
I saw craftsmen hammering away at it not too long ago.
At the end of the path stands an exquisitely detailed, majestic statue of the sea god. He wields a trident as he stands above the white caps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your abdomen is well defined. They're putting a lot of effort into flattering you. You sense a little bit too much.
What do you mean? It's a faithful depiction.
It's far more accurate compared to the previous sea god statues. Older ones were extremely imposing and masculine. Their beards were longer than their hair. When I heard your voice for the first time, I couldn't believe you were the sea god. You sounded too young.
You're not wrong. You saw it yourself in the sea god's tomb. Those sea gods had flowing beards longer than their hair.
I take a moment to recall the statues I saw there. They said the most handsome one.
You have my thanks.
He raises his hand slightly, and the seashells placed near the base of the statue shimmer with a crystalline light. It's akin to a silent response from a god. Seeing my questioning look, he smiles.
I still believe humanity's faith is fragile. The slightest touch can shatter it. However, the meaning of festivals is equally important, whether they are here or where Whalefall City used to stand. Just for today, I can let them be happy for a bit. It's not.
Oh, sorry.
Just for today, I can let them be happy for a bit. It's not difficult.
I hold his fingertips. Raphael, before you fall asleep, you must have been a likable sea god. Even though you lost your memories, you still long for Whalefall City. You want to awaken all the Lemurians and bring them back to their homeland.
Making unfounded judgments like this is usually a dangerous sign.
Who says it's unfounded? On a small scale, you dislike human worship, but you still respond to their wishes. On a larger scale, you saved everyone during the lunar eclipse despite the fact they hated and insulted you. And most importantly, oh my god, I loved you once. It was enough to forge a covenant with you. At least that proves you're worthy of affection, worthy of being loved. Now it's your turn.
What?
I gave you plenty of compliments. Isn't it your turn to compliment me now?
Your eyes are bright. Your hair is soft. And you remind me of a proud little crab when you smile. When you're angry, you're like a prickly sea urchin.
Does the last part count as a compliment?
Of course. If you lived at the bottom of the sea for thousands or tens of thousands of years, you would know how precious it is to see even a sliver of vibrant color.
I open my mouth, but I am unable to find the right words. The basket in my hand sways slightly. I lower my head and see a little girl slipping a pink seashell into my basket while taking another one. After we make eye contact, she immediately After we make contact, she immediately scurries back to her mother, who who's the stall owner selling crispy fish. The stall owner struggles with how she should respond. Then she gives me a forced smile.
See? The people here like you too.
That's not it. It's whether it's blatant guilt, cautious absent, okay, or even more complex emotions that are impossible to alterate, I can't say. I haven't done anything to deserve their affection.
It's because you're you.
Oh. His hand covers mine and it moves past tricolor ribbon on the basket so his fingers can intertwine with mine.
All endearing words suit you perfectly.
God damn it. By the time we return to the temple, there are a few more colorful seashells in my basket. It's not a lot. However, I hang it by the windowsill and I see Raphael is about to approach the pool. I quickly run over to stop him. Wait, there's still something we need to do. I take out the 4 liquor I had Rory prepare and pour it into a silver chalice. We celebrate with everyone else. Now it's time for our private celebration. The Seas Gratis Festival is also for lovers. People collect elder flowers during the spring and use them to brew a liquor. You're supposed to give it to your beloved on this day.
Does this contain your entire Springs collection?
I bought it. I was still locked up in the tower in spring.
It's all right. I don't mind.
Raphael picks up his glass and gently clinks it with mine. The floor liquor is sweet and pure. After drinking it in one go, I refill both glasses.
Now that it's just the two of us, is there anything you want to say to the sea god? To me?
Let's make out, huh? Uh-huh.
During the ceremony, your chants were filled with other people's words to the sea god. They were not your own. Don't you want to tell me something? Maybe I can make a wish come true.
Then I wish you could fall in love with me soon.
That doesn't count.
Why? It's very difficult for you?
It's too easy.
Ah!
Think of a more ambitious wish.
As our glasses clink and the boar liquor slowly disappears, Raphael suddenly holds out his hand to me.
You told me that during the Seas Gratis Festival, humans exchange seashells to give blessings to each other. I've already given you a seashell. Shouldn't you give me something in return?
I touch the seashell necklace around my neck. I rack my brain for what feels like ages. Yet I can't think of anything that would be of equal value. I slip a pearl ring off my finger. I've worn this since I was a child. It's not the pearl that the Tome of the Sea God told you to find, but I'll give you a blessing that only belongs to this ring. May all your wishes come true. When that time comes, remember to take me to the Wellfell City.
I heard that rings are often gifts that symbolize romantic devotion in the world of humans. Does this mean you've fallen in love with me?
Oh. I contemplate his words for a moment before I lean forward and kiss the corner of his lips. What do you think?
I think I need some more convincing proof.
Oh my god. That night, the sound of the waves draws closer. Gentle melodies, music mixed with the laughter as Fantasia Shark swims overhead. Vibrant colors burst before my eyes. Someone reaches out to hold my hand. My veil is lifted, and I'm led toward the light. Then the music and laughter transform into weeping and screams. All colors fade into a dull gray, and the hand that tightly holding mine gradually turns cold. Seawater engulfs everything. The cold overwhelms the world, and even the last melody played on the flute sinks into deathly silence. But that hand still doesn't let go of me. When the sun rises, come to the beach. I'll take you somewhere special. On the last day of the sea again! Oh my gosh! On the last day of the sea's grandest festival, I wake up and find a note Rafayel left beside my pillow. Rosy daylight spreads across the horizon and paints the sky in distantly warm colors, yet the wind carries an unusual chill. There's a smell. It's repulsive, fishy stench. Ooey. I swiftly draw my silver sword and block the attack that was aimed at my heart. Yet something akin to a sharp claws pierced my shoulder. It's like a coiled tentacle that covered in pestle-like barbs. They dig deeper into my skin while I struggle.
It's been a long time.
Oh my god. Go away, you old bitch!
Bride of the sea god.
So that's where you went, Hawkman. Still maintaining his satanic facade, he emerges from the darkness. Behind him, several grotesque, elongated shadows extend outward.
You were waiting for me.
Your trap is too obvious. The toxin from the barb seeps into my blood. My body becomes numb, but I doubt I'll die from it.
Too bad. That sea god deceived you with a few empty words. You're still under his spell. Do you actually believe he'll save you?
Yes.
He'll only lead you to your death for his own selfish desires.
Whatever you say. His eyes gleam with malice intent. As my consciousness begins to fade, traces of light are gradually devoured by darkness.
Don't resist. Now then, follow me. Everything I've done is for Romirro. I want to prevent it from following the same doomed path as the Muria.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. The pain in my shoulder wakes me. As I open my eyes, I find myself in a cage I know too well. My hands and feet have been shackled. Ew. You good? Sensing a protruded fishy smell, I see massive grotesque shadow on the wall. It accompanied by the sounds of seeming something vicious being torn and peeled apart. Oh my gosh, I suddenly recall the spell he cast on me, the one he used to control me.
Indeed, it's an ancient curse, but it's far too weak to control my bride. These magics can't be wielded by humans. Tell me where you found it.
You're no longer human.
So what? To save the Muria, this pain is nothing.
The shadow on the wall suddenly contracts. A moment passes and it slowly returns to a humanoid form. With so many sea monsters paralyzing your body, aren't you afraid they'll eventually devour you? You'll be turned into a real monster.
The human body is too fragile. It's incapable of helping me in my quest to revive Lemuria. I need a body powerful enough to let me live for thousands of years. But that sea god He destroyed the body I had painstakingly crafted when he put me in that water prison. He forced me to devour more, and I turn into what you see now.
Noticing the countless festering cracks and deformed joints on his hands, I feel nothing but shock and pity. Recalling his talk of Lemuria and the implications of his recent words, a theory forms in my mind. Are you a Lemurian? But you were born and raised in Romirro. Lemuria was destroyed tens of thousands of years.
Lemuria was never destroyed!
He yanks his chains and I'm forced to look into his eyes that are filled with ominous darkness.
It's sleeping. It's waiting for me. Once I kill that foolish, selfish sea god, I will become Lemuria's new sovereign. I shall resurrect Lemuria, the only civilization that's glorious enough to rule this world!
He seems to have lost his mind with his obsessive delusions and hatred for Raphael. However, his words aren't complete nonsense. You know, my ass would provoke him. But I don't know if that's a good idea because he's kind of cuckoo bonkers right now. But, like, testing him could also be bad. But, like, both options are kind of bad. Do you want to return to Lemuria?
It's the most beautiful place in the world, and the homeland of all Lemurians. Don't you love your homeland? Wouldn't you want to save it?
I'm not passionately enamored with Romirro. Despite my feelings, I pretend to nod and agree with him. I understand, but this doesn't have anything to do with me. Why would you kidnap me to save Lemuria?
Don't you remember?
Tentacle tosses something at my feet. It's a small, fractured stone tablet. However, I recognize it instantly. Tome of the Sea God? It's very familiar to the one in the temple. The patterns and texts are almost identical. It's as if it was broken off from that larger stone tablet.
You are the only human who can communicate with the Tome of the Sea God. Go on. Read.
The blood from my shoulder drips onto the stone tablet, and the blurred text emanates a faint golden glow. Find a true love. When blessing with a true love's kiss, claim her heart by your own hand. Oh. Claim her heart by your own hand. A heart pure, flawless, and filled with love. Best offering can give to Lemurians. The prophecy from the Tome of the Sea God that I read, it was incomplete.
Do you understand now? If the Sea God wants to reclaim his power, he needs more than true love.
I'm gonna throw this stone tablet at your fucking face.
True love is just a stepping stone to him.
Arkern gives me a mocking gaze that's filled to the brim with contempt.
Akin to how a starving person seeks food, ripping out your heart is the Sea God's natural instinct.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm trying to save your life out of the kindness of my heart.
Uh-huh. Arkern, I've known you for at least a few hundred years. You can't lie to me. Or do you honestly think I would harm Rafayel if I knew he was going to kill me?
You wouldn't? You believe that pitiful illusion you call love is enough to make the Sea God give up on your heart? Should he recall what happened millions of years ago? Do you think he would still show you mercy?
Is he referring to what happened before Raphael fell asleep? Hawkern pulls out a bottle covered in bitterness and unscrews the stopper. An eerie vapor drips out.
Come, witness the events from the annals of Lemurian history. See how you and that sea god destroyed Lemuria.
I hold my breath, but the eerie vapor seeps into my skin in an instant, elevating every fiber of my being. Within moments, dormant memories awaken like magma breaking through frozen earth. It burns every blood vessel and nerve in me. It hurts. Searing pain tears through my body. My mind is plunged into chaos, yet something gradually comes to focus.
Are you willing to be my follower?
Raphael. The massive circular chamber is as dim as twilight. The ground trembles as fractured stones cascade down from the dome ceiling. This is... My body is suddenly... Oh, yeah. Okay. My body is suddenly pinned down. A sharp dagger is pressed against my chest. Its tip drawn drops of blood. Raphael, no, that's not right. The Raphael before me is a brighter, more radiant young man, yet the dark blue flames that burn in his eyes and his expression are unnaturally detached. In his hand, he tightly grips the sharp dagger. It poisoned, ready to pierce my heart. It's positioned ready to pierce my heart. I can't make a sound. I grab the handle of the dagger and use all my strength to fight against death itself. Trembling tip of the dagger freezes.
Run.
I'm done. I didn't like the look on his face. That was horrible. Oh gosh. Every time. Oh boy, here we go. Okay. The detached hostility returns to his eyes, as blue as golden light radiates from his body.
As my follower, you must offer your heart to me. A Lemurian bond holds great power, but it's also a chain. The sea god should have no weaknesses or constraints.
My struggling is futile. The blade sinks deeper into my chest. Blood falls as the pain spreads. It's a loud crash, and the restraint on my body loosens. Raphael leans against the wall that's far away from me. Pain has controlled his space. Inside the stone, each burns a gentle yet feeble flame. It's so weak that a breeze could extinguish it.
Stay away from me.
Those dark blue and golden lights still surround him. However, the blue flames in his eyes have been extinguished, or rather, suppressed.
You cannot stay here. Lemuria's flame requires the hearts of our followers to sustain it. This is wrong. Should it continue, 'tis only a matter of time before I lose control and hurt you again. You must find a method that will allow it to burn forever. That shall be Lemuria's true path.
The flame from the nascently floats to Raphael's fingertips, then it transforms into countless delicate threads of light that float toward my chest. Shocked, I try to break free, yet I find myself bound by these threads. A strange, warm power flows into my heart.
There is a legend. It says the wick of a flame exists in the place where all oceans converge. Find it, and Lemuria will be enveloped in light and endure forevermore.
Water currents embrace me and carry me out of the temple from a distance. Raphael gives me a gentle smile.
I shall ensure Whalefall City remains exactly as you remember it. Until the day you return with the wick. This is my promise to you.
Bruh.
For 'tis Lemuria's vow.
Bitch.
A bond everlasting.
Okay. Despair and blood pervades the seawater as thunderous brutation burns all cries and screams. I desperately tried to push away the darkness before my eyes, but it feels like my body is trapped in quicksand. The more I struggle, the more I suffocate.
That human deceived you. She deceived all of Lemuria.
A human stole our flame. Lemuria will perish.
Why did the sea god deceive us? Why didn't he protect Lemuria?
The sea god has changed before we even realized it.
Seawater drowns their despair, and yet I can't defend Raphael. It isn't Raphael's fault. It's because I didn't fulfill my promise to Raphael. Oh my gosh. There was no wick that extinguished in the place where all oceans converge, or at the end of the sea. Lemuria could never exist forever. Lemuria was a civilization that should have never existed. Destruction was its predetermined fate. Predetermined fate, I believe. The last god of the sea perishes. Along with Lemuria, they dissolve into the ocean. It's not a slumber, it's oblivion. He will disappear from this world. I will never be able to find him, see him, hear the songs he plays for me on the flute, or see his smile. My heart silently cries out, and it awakens the unwavering determination of my former self. I won't let Raphael die. I will save him, and the peace at I will save him, and the price that must be paid doesn't matter. In the violently troubling deep sea, the summonous staff I wield ignites. The cold flames illuminate the gaze that's a breath away from mine. Shock, sorrow, anger. I can't exactly make out the emotions in his eyes. I only see the mark of our bond on his collarbone. It's like a stream of blindingly bright, burning blood. Countless threads of light transform into ruins. I raise the staff and let a phantom pierce his body. I hear my own heart as I speak. Every single word is part of a merciless command. You know, I know there's a lot of not good shit happening right now, but he looks really hot. I'm sorry. Oh, damn. With the power of the mirror's vow, Raphael, you shall be forever imprisoned here until Lemuria welcomes opportunity for rebirth, until the world reaches that moment when you can be awakened. His divine gaze, once clearer than seawater, transforms into a black tide. It freezes when he looks at me.
You betrayed me.
Once the seal is complete, he plunged into the depths of those abyssal waters. I hear a deafening sound as the entire ocean is being split apart. boundless black waves surge and forms all directions. This playing figure becomes rain that falls upward. My goodness gracious. I will cut out your heart with a dagger honed, my darling. And in love's name, your heart will become my faith. Your body will be washed clean, shine like a pearl. I will care for your heart. I will care for your heart till we meet again and you reclaim it for yourself. Well, the last wisp of smoke dissipates and the bottle clatters to the ground. The tide of memories resides as my consciousness returns to the cold, gloomy tower.
Do you remember now? You stole the flame and sealed away the sea god, and he trusted you so easily.
Holy shit.
You are the ones responsible for Lemuria's destruction.
My mind is still reeling from the impact of those memories. As I lift my head, my gaze focuses on the former Cheslin, or whatever the hell. Then it shifts to the hello. Then it shifts to the silent figure standing in the shadows behind him. Raphael. I don't know when he arrived, however, his cold gaze has told me everything. He saw my memories as well. Hawken continues his endless monologue, but I can only hear chaotic noises. I stare blankly at the figure before me. Our gazes lock and we freeze under the moonlight. My thoughts also seem to be frozen in place.
We'll deal with him first.
A faint whisper that only I can hear reaches my ears. I give a slight nod in response.
He will kill you, cut out your heart, and leave your body out to rot. You will not receive a proper burial. If you want to live, your only option is to kill him before he can act. Your bond with him is your sharpest blade. You can order him to take his own life. As you can see, anything is possible.
Yes, I remember. I was the one who sealed Raphael. I tried to speak as calmly as possible, but I'm also responsible for Lemuria's downfall. Why is Raphael your only target for revenge? Don't you hate me too?
Of course I do. However, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones if you kill the sea god.
Well, buddy, that's not gonna happen. Remove my shackles then. Can I do anything if I'm like this? I lift my chain slightly. You better hurry, he's already here. A tall, slender figure appears under the moonlight. Raphael raises his hand and summons the Tidebreaker Trident.
How convenient. You've delivered yourself to me.
The chains that bind me snap. I rub my sore wrist before materializing a silver sword. I take two steps forward. In the suffocating silence, Raphael is the first to speak.
It was you.
You let Hawkern escape on purpose. He was used as bait so you could find out who sealed you away. And that person is me.
Correct. The greatest weakness of Lemurians is that bond. And a sea god cannot have weaknesses. He must kill the person who forged the covenant with him. That way, there will be no one left in the world who could restrain or threaten him. And only then shall he become an invincible god. Regardless of whether it's for Lemuria or for myself, I must kill you.
He speaks these cold words. Although I know it's just an act, I can't help but think. Perhaps these words also contain his true feelings. We don't need to say anything else to each other. I raise my silver sword as lightning flashes at the tip of the Tidebreaker trident. Blue, fiery power surges around Raphael's body.
Farewell, bride of the sea god.
The tip of my sword clashes with the Tidebreaker trident. Our weapons are diverted to the side. As the light fades, Hawkern's eyes are filled with terror, yet he cannot move. His body shatters amidst flying sparks. The protrude stench fills the air as viscous fluid seeps between the bricks and spreads across the floor.
Don't taint Lemuria's glory with your disgusting ambitions.
Ooh.
A man who lost himself to madness has no right to save Whalefall City.
Get shit on. Hawkern's eyes bulge with fury as brutal sounds escape his throat. Then he crumbles and turns to ash. Raphael withdraws his trident and brushes away the dark embers from his body.
Your hand.
A small flame dances from his fingertips and travels up my forearm. The fluid and bloody marks left by the shackles disappear.
You are afraid of me. What's wrong? Did you think I would actually kill you?
I'm not afraid of you, I'm the one who sealed you away, and I'm also the key that will allow you to reclaim your power. You have every reason to kill me.
If I asked you to, would you willingly offer me your heart? I want you to answer honestly.
Yeah. This heart has always belonged to you, and I promised it to you before, so yes, I'm willing to return it to you.
Then why are you crying?
Damn it. Okay. I blink and realize tears are threatening to fall from my eyes. Being willing doesn't mean I'm not afraid of death, and I owe an apology. I understand it can't erase a fraction of your suffering. His fingertips is cold as he presses it against the spot where my beating heart is. Our noses almost touch. We're so close that one breath would close the distance between our lips.
What I want is a heart with pure and utter devotion. Its love for me should come from the very depths of one's soul. Do you think it is that?
I don't have an answer for you. Even if it was, the heart now bears an invisible fissure that can never be fully mended.
The answer is clear. Your heart is of no use to me. For now, at least. Go back. Your injuries haven't fully healed yet. You should get some rest.
All right. Oh boy. I murmur in agreement, yet neither of us makes a move to leave. The moonlight casts shadows on the window bars. It resembles a wall of thorns that gradually spreads between us. Oh, Lord. Path from the tower to the temple isn't long, however it feels as if we've been walking for an eternity. After that day, we continue as if nothing had changed, yet everything is different. Damn. We no longer watch the fainting light on the horizon in the morning, nor do we light all the candles in the temple on the cold nights. The images from that vision are like an inscrutable thorn. It has pierced me and Raphael. Dusk falls when Raphael tells me he will temporarily leave Romirro to search for the pearl in the deep. It's mentioned in the tome of the sea god. We part ways on the beach. He dives into the sea, his tail catching the sunset's light. It's all its beautiful iridescence. The waves and ripples will never settle. Likewise, I will never see him again. On the last night of summer, an unpredicted storm falls upon Romirro without any warning. Water has risen past the average person's waist. With the rain, they rapidly engulf every building, shop, and slope. I watch from the top of the temple. Beyond the rain lies a hazy black ring surrounding everything. The seawater surges and churns. Only gave out in order to refrain the infectments and clear the waterways. Unfortunately, when faced with this kind of storm, it's futile. Another building collapses. The rising waters carry the rubble and people scream in all directions. Someone bobs up and down in the current. The black body carries them toward me.
Help!
Damn.
Help me! Someone!
I recognize her. She's one of the ladies in waiting who served me in the temple.
Help!
Countless images splash through my mind. They're overlapped and intertwined. The faces of people below the tower, those looks of disgust or empathy when I was forced to perform the Wavier ritual. Smiles of the people who sent me invitations and exchanged seashells with me during the sea again, Kira, damn, the Sea's Curtainous Festival. I got you, boo.
Your Highness, Your Highness, thank...
The nearest shelter is to the north, go. Before she thanks me, I harshly interrupt her. The lady in waiting steadies her weakened body. Her eyes, once soaked in despair, flicker briefly with hope before it dims.
The flood has washed away all the city's shelters. Aside from me, there are others who have nowhere to go.
Carrying debris as the roaring flood crashes against the temple. The building trembles, yet it still remains steadfast. When I was 15, I oversaw its renovation with the of marking the symbol of faith as solid as the heavens. It was designed to stand tall for centuries. The words are starting to be weird in my eyeballs. Tell everyone to take shelter in the sea god's temple.
Your Highness, we did a search and brought the people we found to the temple.
People who escaped the storm are put into small groups in the main hall. They anxiously watch as I stand next to the statue of the sea god. I look outside. The rainfall wraps around Romirro like a sheet of rough gauze. It covers everything in a deathly white as far as I can see. Turning back, I instruct Ray to distribute all the food supplies in the temple. When the storm eases, lead them to Mount Onion. Onion. I think it's Oyuna still, I don't know. I just want to say Yuna. It's tall enough, the water will not reach you there. After I gave out my simple orders, I ignore the anxious gaze and hushed discussions around me as I turned to leave.
Your Highness?
Yes?
What if the rain never stops and the flood reaches Mount Onyuna?
Onyuna. You could have said that like a long ass time ago.
What if the third night comes?
All sounds seemingly vanish. Only rainfall remains. Gazes pour in from all directions like water. Everyone stares at me as they wait for an answer about their future. want anybody to like panic. Well, not it. The day will never come. The third night hasn't arrived yet, and the rain will stop. Many people turn their heads to look outside. They're searching for the bright moon that hangs in the sky. Tense uneasiness in the temple has disappeared to some extent. As for how long this rain will last, that remains to be seen. Perhaps what they needed isn't a direct answer, but words that serve as a pillar of support. Expressing my many uncertainties in my heart, I look at the misty blackness beyond the rain. My promise with Raphael isn't valid anymore, huh? If only this heart truly fell in love with him, then he'd prevent the sea from swallowing Romirro and allow me to live. Back when we decided to fall in love, neither of us anticipated what today would bring. I hope he has what I hope he's in has pleasant skies. Oh, bitch! My heart aches again as I grasp the necklace he gave me, but
What I want is a heart with pure and utter devotion. Its love for me should come from the very depths of one's soul. Do you think it is that?
I still can't give it a definitive answer to the question Rafayel asked me that night. However, no matter what happens, I can't let Romirro sink. I must survive until the day I see Rafayel again. Oh wow. Several days later, the torrential rain finally stops while everyone sleeps. The howling winds subside to some extent. Wading through the accumulated muddy water, the ladies in waiting carry out my orders. They evacuate everyone from the city. I press my faintly aching temples. I'm unable to dismiss the ominous premonition lingering in my heart for some reason.
Mom, look! The moon is being eaten!
That's fun. I look up, the moon has vanished without a trace. Moonlight drowns in murky gloom. Within the blink of an eye, black clouds swallow the last trace of light from heaven and earth.
The eclipse! The eclipse is here!
Prophecy from the Tome of the Sea God! Romirro is about to be submerged!
After being momentarily stunned, I finally realize that there are no black clouds in the sky. A massive wave is rising from the sea. Fairy take everyone back to the temple, but these feeble struggles are no match for the approaching catastrophe. The wave swiftly unfurls its deathly embrace over Romirro. A loud sound explodes across the sky. For a moment, everything is bright as day. Golden lightning cleaves through the massive waves. The waters flow back and reveal a familiar silhouette. The seashell necklace around my neck begins to shake violently. Rafayel? A massive wave collapsed, and a large water splash touched the land. Rafayel raises his tidebreaker trident, and the scales on his tail reflect a piercing, cold light. The trident is swung down with great force. Heavy storm clouds are transformed into scorching, powerful winds that sweep across all of Romirro. Whatever the trident points, flames more brilliant than the blazing sun ignite across the water surface.
The sea god? Is that the sea god?
The sea god!
Ay, 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 ay. To control the currents and the tides without a doubt, this is Raphael's power. Shit. I Like mountains, the towering waves are stacked on top of one another. They spiral upward under the force of wind and fire to form columns of water that pierce the sea like spears. The violent ocean is suppressed by the sea god's ferocious power. Fire clashes against the seawater that had rushed into Romirro, and the sea is forced to retreat. I run towards Raphael by stepping on the scattered floating debris that once made up the seawall. Only one thought races in my mind. Faster, I need to go faster. Ahead of me, Raphael stands amidst... Oh, what the fuck does that say? I think it's unquestionable flames. Enemy Raphael stands amidst unquenchable flames. His long hair is deluged by the wind. Raphael... He doesn't look pleased. Water and fire illuminate Raphael's eyes as he looks at me. Divine power surges in his gaze. It's as fierce as the turbulent currents surrounding him. Not even a trace of my image is reflected in his eyes. Dang.
You shouldn't have come here.
Yeah.
Return to the shore if you don't want to be reduced to cinders.
I swing more start to create a gust. It leaves the flames, and I leap through the opening to meet Raphael. Ignoring his trident that's positioned as a barrier before me, I grab his rigid arm and forcibly entwine our finger. It's exactly where I should be.
Death will greet those who attempt to wield a sea god's power with a human body.
But I'm the one who has a bond with the sea god. I won't die that easily. As soon as it resonates, scorching heat that feels like it could burn everything spreads from Raphael's palm to my body. Divine power surges. At the same time, something else flows into my heart. In my daze, I realize it's everything Raphael has never put into words. In the dark depths of the ocean, the sea ritual's hymn drifts down eagerly from the surface. It awakens his anticipation that has been suppressed for eons. During one of Ramono's short summers, the indifferent sea god's heart yearns pure payment and joy for the first time. After he left the temple with the excuse of searching for pearls, jeez Louise, the waves undulated like his fluctuating thoughts. There are some big ass words, and my brain cannot handle this anymore. There's so many coming at me. All the time we spent together, my feelings for him were never Man, I don't want... Raphael supports my waist as he hugs me from behind. His embrace is scorching hot.
Feel it. Now wield it as if it were your own.
Divine power collides with my nerves. My blood boils as my eyes become the same color as Raphael's. Power representing heaven and earth advances from between our fingers. The last wave that threatens Romirro is intercepted by fierce flames. Oh my god. Suddenly, the waves freeze just as they're about to surge forward with a howl. A beam of sunlight breaks through the thick clouds and shines upon me and Raphael. Immediately, the waves fall as if weightless. They shed their fiercely and gently push toward the shore. My heart beats like a drum, but is quickly drowned out by the jubilant distant cheers of relief from those narrowly escaping disaster.
The tide has receded. Aren't you going to let go of my hand?
Nope. I turn my head. The burning divine power in Raphael's eyes slowly fades, and they return to what I'm familiar with. Nah, man. I tighten my grip on his hand. What will you do if I don't let go? A long time passes, then he smiles faintly.
Keep holding it. Neither of us will let go first.
Aw, bitch! So, that ends there. We're holding hands, and everything's fine. Everyone's happy, and we live happily ever after, and have mermaid babies. So, I don't think we need to read 9. I think we're okay without it. Oh my gosh, bro. I really don't want to read the last one. Welp. I'm not looking forward to this. Houses that were once submerged repair. The ships, once swept away, are pushed back to shore by the waves. People emerge from the temple they were sought refuge. They slowly begin to rebuild their home. After finding some medicine in the temple, I return to the shore by the port. Raphael is leaning against the rocks. His eyes are closed, and the dim daylight covers his body. His complexion looks paler than it actually is. He's asleep. I dip my finger into the ointment made from gold feather algae, my goodness, gold feather algae, then I gently apply it to the wounds on his arm. Although he appears all right at first glance, I soon notice several barely pierceable wounds on his body.
Be gentle. It hurts.
Now we're taking care of him. You called me fragile, but a sea god's body isn't that sturdy. Despite saying those words, my movement becomes slower. I treat his wounds with the utmost care. Oh my god. Were you searching for pearls in the deep? Why did you return?
You thought I wouldn't?
I thought you'd be upset for a longer period of time.
I'm not upset. However, that doesn't mean I didn't care.
God damn it. His fingertip touches my palm and gently traces one of its lines.
A Lemurian bond grows stronger with love. The deeper the connection is between the two parties, the more powerful it becomes.
Also, thank you for exterminating it, Bree. I don't know if I said that.
Back then, our bond was so powerful that you were able to seal me away for thousands, no, tens of thousands of years. Only a love with such pure and utter devotion is capable of doing that.
It sounds like you haven't made peace with it.
Of course not.
He suddenly lowers his head and bites my knuckle. However, I don't dare to pull my hand away.
It wasn't a day, a month, or a year. What I endured is longer than what a human can possibly comprehend. Millions upon millions of years. How could I possibly let you off so easily?
Of course. You need to avenge yourself by never leaving me again. After I finish applying the medicine, okay. I don't know if anybody saw that. I don't know if anybody saw that. I pray to God you did. But, that just got... Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, that was a glitch, all right. I think that looked like me T-posing inside of Raphael. But yeah, that was interesting. That was an interesting glitch that I just received. What the fuck? Oh shit. Okay.
I heard you protected many humans.
Just like I'm sorry. Let me calm down. Yes, at the end of the day, I can't bear to see so many pointless deaths. I still don't like Romirro, but I can't bring myself to watch it perish.
You didn't do anything wrong. Watching your kin march toward their demise is a pain more excruciating than dying. You didn't force yourself to endure that suffering. Well done.
Immediately, his tone shifts as he puts on a serious expression.
However, I do have objections in regards to letting those humans turn my bedchamber into a filthy mess.
It's not that bad. At least your pool was cleaned. I already ordered a few people to clean it. I promise your bedchamber will be spotless.
Good.
He pushes himself up, but he pauses as he's about to stand. What is it?
It's nothing.
Are you sure, buddy? Oh. Surging waves Surging waves wash over the reef. As the water resides, his tail transforms into a pair of legs.
Let's return to the temple. I need to see its condition to feel at ease.
I nod. A second later, then I noticed a small crack in the necklace's seashell. Oh boy. After that day, Romirro gradually returns to its former state. There are no more sudden high tides and no more unexpected storms. The text in the Tome of the Sea God remains the same. The nightmare of Romirro begins submerged seems to vanish into thin air along with overcast sky. The prophecy didn't come to friction. Romirro won't sink. The Sea God and his bride protected us. We must express our gratitude and worship them forever. The people are immersed in joy of surviving a catastrophe. They've renovated the temple so that it's more magnificent and elaborate. Eric Taylor statues and supply Raphael and me an endless stream of gifts. But has the dust truly settled?
Your Highness.
Passing through the crowd of onlookers, Barry hurriedly approaches. She bows before me. On the shore lies a dead, enormous silverfish. It's almost as long as several adult men, if they were lying down and lined up in a row.
It was discovered by the fishermen who were preparing to set sail this morning. We don't know if the fish washed ashore after it died or beached itself.
Maybe this enormous fish is a good omen from the heavens. We might have a bountiful fishing season in the near future.
I approach the creature to get a closer look. The unease that has been lingering in my heart grows heavier. If I'm not mistaken, this is the climate precise that's mentioned in the ancient text. Yep, whatever that says. It's a harbinger of misfortune, an omen of disaster. Great! The dark clouds that appeared during the lunar eclipse haven't fully dissipated. And now, the climate's... You know what? That fish has appeared. Rose can still sink below the waves. For now, I can only act as if nothing is wrong. Worry not, find a suitable place to bury it and clean up this area.
Yes, Your Highness. By the way, Romirro was spared thanks to you and the Sea God. The people want to prepare a feast to properly celebrate. They wish to invite you and the sea god.
I understand. We'll discuss it when the time comes. I walk toward the temple and I tighten my grip around the seashell necklace. The crack has deepened these past few days. The seashell has begun to fracture in other places as well. I don't want to guess what this means. I just need to see Rafayel quickly. Maybe then I can dispel some of the unease in my heart. Rafayel, I need to ask you, Rafayel. Stopping the storm that night consumed too much of Raphael's power. He's been staying in the temple to rest. Yet right now, I sense something is off. I don't hear the sound of flowing water by the pool. When I left, he was still dozing by the water's edge. I rushed to the pool only to find that the springs have dried up. The water resembles an inky black void. Worried that something happened to him, I dive into the what now? I dive into the water. The black water is unbearably cold. I grit my teeth and dive deeper. I soon spot Raphael's figure. He appears to be unconscious as he sinks into this nothingness. Rafayel. Wiki wiki, eggs and bakey. Mustering all the strength I can, I grab him. However, I'm not strong enough to pull him up. This won't work. I need to wake him up. I sit in my breathing while I press my hand against his chest. I try to resonate so I can awaken some of his power. Yet time passes, there's still no response. His power is like the dried up spring. With most of it gone, it cannot respond to my resonance or voice. Why is it like this? After the initial shock, I'm momentarily at loss. Then I notice maturing currents rushing into the deep. A bold idea appears before me. There's a location that's closely connected to the sea god. I hold the unconscious Rafayel tightly against me and swim in the direction of the current. Fortunately, my guess was correct. The pool's current is connected to the sea itself, which allows me to successfully get Rafayel out of the temple. Ah, goodness. I prop Rafayel against the reef, recalling how he summoned the Fantasia shark, and make the same gesture he did and bring my hands to lips I whistle. After many clumsy attempts, I finally succeeded. A skeletal Fantasia shark appears in the distance at the far end of the sea. It swims to my side and uses its frigid, bony snout to give a friendly nudge to my hand. Can you take Rafayel and me to the sea god's tomb again? It doesn't seem to understand what I'm saying, so I repeat myself several times. Finally, it sends its fin bone and gestures for Rafayel and me to climb onto its back. Thank you. After I steady Rafayel on its back, the Fantasia shark turns around and transports us to the ocean's depths. Unexpectedly, we arrive at the sea god's tomb with ease. Maybe it's because Rafayel has already passed the trial. Even the guardian statue poses no challenge. After I explain the reason for our visit, they allow us to pass through the stone gates.
Young sea god. Oh, it's you two again.
Your acquaintanceness, I'm here to make a request. I need your help. The statue of the sea god with a long beard leisurely lowers his weapon. He slowly turns his head to look at the unconscious Rafayel.
He is about to fade from existence.
Well, that's fun.
He still needs to reclaim his true power, yet he almost exhausted the small amount of divine energy he possesses.
What did he do to end up in such a state?
What a shame. He will become the youngest sea god to fade away in our history.
7 more sea god statues move out from their stone niches. They soon join the discussion. Is there a way to save him? He can't fade away like this.
Of course.
He needs true love.
He needs a heart that loves him unconditionally.
Yeah.
When he obtains the power to protect Lemuria, and the ocean recognizes his ascension to godhood, he will live for a long, long time. An almost immortal life.
This is the only way to save him.
A heart that loves him unconditionally. Recall the hidden prophecy from the Tome of the Sea God. A heart that's filled with love is the best offering for a Lemurian. Can my heart save him? Sea God speaks in a hushed tones. Then the statue of the sea god with the long beard extends his hand toward me.
Are you willing to try?
Of course.
It will hurt. Bear with me for a moment.
The anxious sea god clenches his fist, and a sharp pain shoots through my heart. As he guides the process, several threads of gentle light are drawn out. Strand by strand, they float into Raphael's chest. And during the lingering pain, I place my hand over him and try to resonate again. There's a response.
Your pure heart and the devotion from your love is enough. However, you will dissipate into sea foam once you give up this heart. That decision is yours to make.
Yeah.
The sea god's tomb. How did I end up here?
You've been unconscious for a long time. The sea gods woke you up. I quickly speak before the sea gods can say anything, then I bow respectfully to them. The sea god with a long beard gives me a profound, knowing look before slowly turning toward Raphael.
The last sea god of Lemuria. May you find true salvation.
Thank you.
Sea god statues slowly retreat into their niches. Raphael turns around, and I meet his intense gaze.
You're hiding something from me.
You're the one who's been hiding things from me. You've unexpected too much of your power. You've expected too much of your power. Your body can't sustain itself anymore.
Are you underestimating me? Defying a prophecy from the Tome of the Sea God did take a considerable toll on me. But I'll recover in a century, give or take.
Prophecy hasn't changed, though. Romirro will still be submerged, yes? Seeing Raphael's expression, my heart sinks. I was correct.
Yes. But that doesn't mean it can't be changed. Romirro wasn't destroyed on the third night of the lunar eclipse, so for now, it won't sink below the waves. This is our turning point. Stop frowning. Let tomorrow worry about itself. As for the present...
He takes my hand and summons water currents to carry us upward.
It's almost dawn. We might be able to watch the sunrise as we head back.
You know, I'm usually happy to reach the kindled, but I'm not happy right now. I'm gonna be honest. After returning from the sea god's tomb, Raphael seems to have returned to his normal self. The water in the pool has become clear again. He also doesn't spend the entire day inside the temple. Instead, he enthusiastically takes me along to explore Romirro's streets, alleys, and the wilderness. Just a tiny fragment of this heart's power is enough to revitalize him. If he received an entire heart, bruh. Perhaps I'm still selfish. Faced with such a choice, I still cannot let go of my desire to live. But time is cruel and doesn't give me the opportunity to hesitate. After a night of rain, dark clouds once again spread across the sky above Romirro. The time Rafayel spends sleeping in the water increases with each passing day. And my necklace's seashell has developed a deeper, longer crack. Rafayel, the sky has cleared. Should we go to the foot of Mount... Oh my gosh, they said the name and I forgot. I'm just gonna call it Yuna. The rest of my words were stuck in my throat. A large section of Rafayel's tail that immersed in the water has turned a dull gray white. Damn.
You're overthinking it. Humans have all sorts of hair colors. Why can't my tail change color?
Rafayel, love, you're not doing well.
So, what were you saying about the foot of Mount Yuna?
On Yuna, thank you. I was wondering if you'd like to go out for a walk. He pauses and his tail sways gently beneath the water surface.
I'm not in the mood.
You can't turn your tail into a pair of legs anymore?
Your imagination is getting wilder by the day.
He parts the ripples on the water surface. Under the undulating waves, his tail transforms into legs.
You wake me from my peaceful nap and throw an accusation.
He adjusts his position to rest his head on my lap. He closes his eyes.
You owe me a sweet dream.
Alright, alright. I gently stroke the top of his head and lean down to kiss him. The seashell around my neck dangles. It sways in front of Rafayel's peaceful sleeping expression. Cracks on its surface are glaring. I grasp the seashell and gently try to wipe away those marks. I pretend not to see the scales on his legs. I pretend Rafayel isn't showing any signs of something being off. I pretend that everything on this land will remain as peaceful as it is today. Several days later. Bouquets, lanterns, music. The plaza in the port is immersed in the sounds of celebration. It's like a grand farewell ceremony to disaster. Rafayel stands far away from the humans. He watches the figure who's in the center of the crowd. She seems somewhat uncomfortable with the amount of enthusiasm. Slowly, however, the corners of her mouth curl, a slight smile appears on her face. He recalls those long stretches of time at the bottom of the silent ocean. The only sound he heard was the faint rattling of chains. With his eyes closed, he would concentrate on the illusionary world in his mind. He would imagine the splendor and wonder of Well-Bell City, the place that had been long forgotten. Then a different voice broke into his world one day. Stupid tome of the sea god, you're worthless in every sense of the world. Every sense of the word. If you're actually useful, you would have revealed the sea god's location. What gives you the right to only disclose the whereabouts of the bride of the sea god? What up? It was a deserter's voice. It could be considered too loud to contain extent. Yet it was like the sun that occasionally appeared above the sea. He realized it was impossible to dislike. Using what little strength he had, he spoke to her for the first time. Perhaps their ending was already permitted from that moment, predetermined for that moment. The sea god must kill his my son of a bitch. The sea god must kill his bride to truly ascend to godhood. He must destroy their bond. He refused his fate before, but now he doesn't want to accept this either.
We might have to actually bid each other farewell.
Okay, let's not. He recalls the moment when she first spoke his name. With fingertips stained in their blood, he traces his name into the palm of her hand, one letter at a time. Even so, he could intertwine his fate with hers. Along the lines of her palm, this way, they were spared from separation. Thank you, Brie. I keep forgetting that. I need a sticky note on my brain.
I need to leave Romirro again. We won't be seeing each other for some time.
Can you stop leaving me? I frantically search for Raphael's figure in the crowd, but I only catch a message the sea breeze carried to me. Fortunately, our bond guides me to him. In a lit corner, I catch Raphael's fingers.
You were in a hurry. Are you scared I'd leave without saying goodbye?
Where are you going?
I'm just looking for pearls.
Mm-hmm.
Once I recover that part of my power, I'll return.
I don't believe you. His life force is fading away at an alarming rate. Under illusion of an intact seashell lies a rarity with cracks becoming increasingly more severe. His heart is also riddled with countless wounds. Raphael, is there anything you need me to do for you? Tell me, no matter what it is, I'll do it. Just say that you want your heart back. I'll return it to you.
No.
How long will you be gone?
It's hard to say. Maybe it'll be a year or two, a century or more. Perhaps even longer than that. Don't worry. Even after I'm gone, you and Romirro will survive. This is a god's promise to you.
What is he planning to do? If he's making this kind of promise, it means he'll do something that I don't want to imagine. I won't be able to accept it. So when you're leaving, let me see you off.
All right. I'll wait for you at sea.
Oh, brother. It's gonna be really cute, and then it's gonna get really sad, and then I might cry. My fingernails dig into my palm. The hesitation that swirled in my heart has finally crystallized into resolve. I will fulfill the promise I once made. Great. It's so pretty, but oh, hey!
It's a simple melody, yet you still haven't learned it properly.
I hate myself. I was so sad like 5 seconds ago. I see it and I'm just smiling like a dumbass. Romirro taught me how to be ruler, not a musician.
Listen carefully. This is the last time I'll teach you.
Aww. Damn it. I hate how pretty this is. I'm gonna vomit. Oh. The tides have changed.
The sea inevitably returns to where it belongs. and separates from the land.
But the sea always meets the shore. We could what now? We could see each other again. Oh, god damn it. This is so bittersweet. Oh. You bet your ass I'm taking a picture though. That's really pretty. God damn it, man. Oh, oh no! No, no, no! I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen. It's really hot though, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god. I'm not mentally prepared for this.
You want to say something else?
I need a hug. Oh, fuck. Shit. It hasn't even happened yet. I'm starting to like... It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. We're fine. It's okay. I'll pray to the sea. I hope every ocean current carries you to bright, warm places.
The sea heard your wish.
I'm such a baby! Oh my god. You said it once, but part of your heart. It's time to return it to where it belongs. Oh, don't
The
smile
place
like
you
that.
hold in my heart far outweighs this little scale.
Oh, my love. I'm leaving. I don't want to be here anymore. I reject this. What did I say? Because of my selfishness, I took the heart that belongs to you. Shit, shit, shit. Shit, shit, shit. God damn it. I said I wasn't gonna cry. I told myself, don't cry, bitch. Don't cry. Okay, now with the power of the sea god's vow, our covenant, Raphael, obey my command. We claim this heart and end our everlasting bond. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. This fucking sucks.
No, I refuse to accept this betrayal.
Oh my god. Son of a bitch. This music doesn't have... Son of a bitch. This heart can save you and Ramon, and I don't even care. My death is worth more than my life.
The sea god doesn't need this heart. Our bond, it cannot end this way. I won't allow it.
I don't like this at all. I don't like how sad he looks. I really don't like how sad he looks. Oh, this is fucked. Although our covenant has been broken, I'll become one with the sea and stay with you forever. Great. Okay. Yep. Okay. Just break my heart into pieces, why don't you? I don't want to read. I can't read. You know, I said I wasn't gonna cry. I said that before. And now look at me. Well, you can't see me, but I'm bawling my fucking eyes out. Son of a bitch. Okay. Daylight has arrived. The tides surge, waves build upon waves. They're so powerful that they scatter the clouds in the sky. The black seawater bleeds crimson. Then the red fades and takes the darkness with it. The sea's original azure hues reappear. The bells in Romirro toll chastely as massive waves engulfs the world. The land is transformed into a seabed. Seawater envelops every house, every patch of soil, every mountain range. It whispers and returns the memories from millions of years ago. It is so hard to read. I'm bawling my eyes out. Okay. Everyone steps into a strange yet familiar homeland. They breathe the air that flows in the seawater. Million memories awaken in their blood. Phantasmal whales leap from the water and return to the sea. They swim through the city that has been reborn. Oh, Fall City. The sea god stares at his hand. You son of a bitch! Sea god stares at his hand. There lies the pearl ring given to him by a young woman. It still gleams with a luxurious radiance. Somebody help me. It gently encircles his finger. It's like her embrace that never let him go. I shall keep him bound to the sea forevermore. Please end. Thank you. Well, that fucking sucked. That sucked. Okay. What is it? A crystal clear ocean, odorant, he found another romance soul just as he had wished, and fell in love under the gaze of waves and moonlight. Cool. Unfading my ass. Fuck you.